Your predictions. Evening and welcome back to your channel. It's Thursday night. It's time to chat. Rich is just at the Etihad because he's not been there in so long. Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday night chat. Welcome back to the Mancunian way. Lee and Potsy are on the way. Pat is hopefully on his way as well. But big up to everyone who is in the chat. We're just going to say some very quick hellos. Mingy Wong, hello. Yeah, we'll do the transfers towards the end of the show. We'll get the main topic going straight away. There hasn't been any news about Nico. No, you'll find out fully tomorrow in the presser. Time to give Arsenal a hammering. Good evening, Teal. We're going to talk about Bernardo. That is now confirmed. He is going. I sent my thank you message earlier on, and then someone replied, "What do you mean bubble gum?" So I gave up. I gave up at that point because I said, "Thank you, bubble gum," and you looked at me like I was, "What does that mean?" Never mind. People just play that exact same text I did in the final. Rich isn't sure why it's called bubble gum either, are you, Rich?
Bubble gum. He's just called God.
Top Gunners are saying 2-1. Well, we'll see. Why would you probably make your Man City versus Arsenal combined 11? Who would make? Well, maybe do that as well. Hello, DC. Hello, Teal. Connor. Connor is Kevin De Bruyne, Reid Mahrez, Sané, the first. Yep. Always will. Cade. Hello. Have you finished begging Graham Bailey for your transfer gossip today, mate? Larry Heather. I saw you last night in Baz's channel, Cade. You were like begging. Any rumours on this? He's in a Newcastle channel and you're bombarding him with City stuff. Leah's just, yeah, I know he'll be on shortly, Lee. Don't worry. He's just wrapping up his channel. No rush. Anyone who has joined us over from Lee, big up. So, Rupesh, thank you. Pardo, big up to yourself, mate. Kathy's with us. Thank you very much, Gregory. For all the new people who have subscribed from the League Gunner Raid, please make sure you do subscribe. We are trying to hit 8K as soon as possible. Baby Dan Potts is here. No, he's not. Yes, he is. What's he doing? Is he in? Is he out? He's in. There we go. Do a combined 11.
That was you, your son.
Oh, that what?
That was you, your son.
Pardon? Where has Martin been dragged? Right, I've got my coat on because my boiler's gone.
That's a funny Dan Potts.
My boiler's gone. So it's why I'm wearing a coat. So if someone says, why are you wearing a coat indoors? Evening formidable. Pep out, don't forget, mate. Don't let them fucking Blues whistle blow again. Hello, Steve. Hello, Lee Gates. By the way, anyone who doesn't know, we are a channel that sticks a lot of the comments up. We may not read everyone, but we put a lot of them up for anyone who is new. City better crush Arsenal. Arteta out. Big up, mate. Thank you so much. Gifting the 50. Thank you so much. That is outstanding. Thank you so much, mate. Big up in the chat. Mate, if you've got one, say thank you. Big up to him. Big up to them. I don't know if it's her or him, but big up massively. You are a superstar. Thank you so much. That is, if not one of the biggest membership gifts we've had ever on the channel. So, bless up. Big up. You are a legend, sir. Thank you so much. Big up, Mike. Big up, Jervis. Gonna raid. John, gonna raid. Please play nice in the comments. This is not a slag each other off. Lee Raid, loads of people are in now. Arteta out has then gifted another 20. So we're at 70. My God.
Easy.
Thank you. I'm astounded. I'm genuinely astounded. Thank you so much. Arteta out moving like prime Ronaldo. Honestly, Arteta out, you are moving mad. Thank you. Manchester City, man, big up Frogman. Fellow Blue, love my club, hate this manager. I think we're going to end up saying a lot of the same stuff. Breaking news, Pep Guardiola set to leave build. Well, send me the link then, Simon. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. James, thank you so much for people who have. Man's gone mad. He's done this in Lee's channel too. Listen. Big up, big up, big up. Legends. Amazing, DC. Right. And then obviously Stacey's with us as well. Hello, and Laurie Pop. Right. Governor's here. Ed's here. Baby Dan Potts is here. And Rich is here live from the Etihad. We're going to get into it. We'll start with one thing before the Arsenal lads come on. Bernardo Silva confirmed going at the end. Has released his statement saying he's going to be one of our own. Is there much more to say in it apart from it's now official?
Yeah, I mean, I remember we've already talked about Bernardo potentially leaving and what he's meant to this club and just the impact he's had on this club. You know, I think it's all our sentiment that we thank him for all the things he's done for his club, not just the trophies, but just the day-to-day behind the scenes. You see what he brings to the team too. So, you know, he's going to be missed. And, you know, he will probably go down as one of probably the most underrated players, maybe in Premier League history, just because of the people he has had to play alongside. But, you know, I think you saw when he released that statement, just all the love, all the plaudits. He deserves everything.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see with Bernardo, unlike a lot of our players who've left, is that he's leaving at his best. When De Bruyne left, he'd barely played for 2 years. He barely had an impact for two seasons. You know, when David Silva left, he was slightly on the decline. When, you know, Aguero left, Aguero had you know, suffered a lot of injuries and had been dropping off. You know, Company arguably had a decline, but then had this big, amazing last season, you know, and some magic moments at the end. I think Bernardo's leaving like that. He's leaving having been our best player the last few months. So it is going to be a big loss to the team, a big loss to Pep. And, you know, I don't think he's rated highly enough by City fans. I don't think City fans realise how good he is. I think City fans diss him all the time compared to other legends. And I think we're going to see the impact this summer. But, you know, fair play. He goes with all our love. He goes as an absolute hero of the club. And he goes, you know, unbelievable. 9 seasons, 9 games out injured, you know, 50-odd games every season, every position on the pitch, you know, and having a cup of tea whilst the Scousers get their guard of honour. What a legend.
Brilliant.
Big up, Lenny, by the way, for the 35 months. Big up, sir. You are a legend. From day one you've been here, and we appreciate that as well. Big up, Lenny, one of our mods on the channel. Governor, how are you? I won't go into it, but I spoke to you, obviously, in the chat. I hope you well. Bernardo going. Is there much more to say, really?
I think, like
apart
Richard,
from we're all going to cry.
I think he's gone at the right time. He's probably been our best shithouse that I can remember.
Yeah.
He's probably Pep's favourite player. But he has been a legend, and he won't get a statue. But if he did, I've said he should be holding that cup of coffee outside the away end, so the Scousers see it every year. But he won't get one. Governor,
we can fly over and build him one. Yeah. If the club don't build a legend like him a statue, then, you know, we need to go and build him one out of milk bottles.
Right, I'm just going to introduce the first Arsenal fan. A guy who he's a bit of an old school fan like us. That's why I think he's going to suit this panel so much, because he doesn't bullshit, doesn't lie, says it how it is. He's not parading parades in October. He's honest. Yeah. And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Big up, mate. Got you on here now.
Yeah, come on, man. Bless up. Big up the panel. Bless up everyone locked in.
You can smoke in here, by the way.
All right, mate.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, come on, man. That's how it is. But it's been a while. Last time I spoke with you was on my channel, and you were having a meltdown about your football club.
Yeah, it's all about
funny how times change, isn't it? Yeah, it's about 5. In fact, I actually left you and got a taxi to go and get cigarettes at about 4 in the morning, didn't I?
Yeah, and you left me in charge of your channel for 12 minutes.
Yeah, mad.
You'll give me advice on buying. Yeah, you'll give me advice on buying £2,000 match day programs.
Fucking hell, yeah, I was. Yeah, I actually was. Yeah, that's mad. Bless up, man. Big up, Ed. Big up, Rich. Big up, Governor.
Big up.
Lee, I've got to ask this. Who's this Arteta out fella? Because he's moving crazy here.
Bro, I've just literally had 135 gifted members off of 2 different people. He was one of them. Yeah.
Well, would it 90? Would it
90 new gifted.
He's just done.
He's just done another 70.
Fucking hell. 140 gifted memberships.
Big up. 140 gifted.
That's more charges than your club has.
Started already.
No, I'm only joking. I hope you get off. I hope you get off by it, honestly. I really do. Yeah, shut everyone up.
We're not getting off. We're getting found innocent. No, but big up Arteta out, honestly. And then Formidable comes in with a £2. Thank you, mate. But don't forget Pep out. It's a little thing me and Formidable have, because we've been taking the mick out of the Pep outers for the last few months. But big up Formidable with a £2. Everyone respect Lee. Respect everyone on the panel. Potsy should be joining us soon. And Cade in with a 34 months as well. You, sir, big up. I know you love your transfers. We'll get to that towards the end of the show, Cade, but we're here. Everyone said, oh, God, he's gone another 20. Slow down, man. Put the credit card down. Jesus. the man's on a mission.
Has he won the lottery?
This is wild.
How much is that? 160? 160 memberships at what, £5 a pop?
Jesus.
That is mad. Fair play.
No, 99p.
It's not more 50p. Yeah.
Oh,
no, we do 99p.
No, I'm fleecing my fan base, mate.
Yeah, it's like
tickets. All these losses.
It's probably the same with the tickets for the games as well.
Aren't you fleecing them with your merch? That's what I keep reading somewhere. Your merch is causing problems.
Yeah, mate. I put out merch yesterday. Yeah, whilst the game was on, I think, or just after the game was on. Yeah, bring your lunch, bring your dinner. I put that on a hoodie and a t-shirt yesterday as well.
I was about to say that. Have you brought your lunch, your dinner, and everything else?
I've brought my beers and my cigarettes. I've got a Thai green curry slow cooking as we speak. So, yeah.
Tell you what, we'll join in, shall we? We'll give some memberships out. We might as well. Oh, he's here. He's here. Big up.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Let me get rid of that.
Right, Dan.
Don't put too close.
Put you next to Pat.
No, because then that's just going to confuse people.
Twinnies.
Well, don't they?
That's just going to confuse people, mate. Yeah, say they're already struggling.
So I think this is disrespectful to Governor. How's he at the bottom, by the way? He's called the Governor.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he should be where Pat is.
Because he carries us.
I'll go to the bottom.
We've been down the bottom before.
Actually, no, Ed should be down there. After all, he's in Florida.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the only reason Rick's got the Etihad on, because that's the closest he's been to it.
I don't like being on top of
you'll get Pat, you should be at the bottom. You're in bloody Cronulla.
Big up, Potsy. How are you, mate?
Oh, okay, because I'm considered the arse end of the world to you up in the northern beaches, aren't I?
Yeah.
All right, so stop arguing now. Just let the teacher take over. Right, we all know why we're here. I'm going to start a very simple question. How the hell have we got here? Because Manchester City weren't meant to be here. We were in this fight. We were nowhere near this fight. We were finished. We were gone. This was you in Liverpool. And I mean that with every respect. I'm not even trying to do the piss take of thing. How have we got into this situation? Because I had a joke earlier. I think I've said this on numerous. It's like none of us want to win a league. For 3 months, we've had a go, you've had a go, we've had a go, you've had a go, and we've all dropped each other's points. It's like no one wants to win the league. So what's happened?
Go on, Foxy, tell him. You tell him.
Look, man, I'll be
I'll let
real.
you be the negative and toxic one this time.
Thing.
Yeah,
The league's
I
shit.
can be negative,
That's
man.
all you
I
get.
can be
The league's
negative,
shit.
and I'll tag you in, Guns, when I need to. Do you know what I mean? Look, I'll be honest with you, boys. We should be and should have been about 15 points clear, but we have a manager who can't handle the pressure, and we have a team that has zero mentality when it comes to winning and getting across the line. And I'll be real, I don't really look so much, and Lee might disagree. Lee and me see things very, very similarly most of the time, but there are differences in how we see things. I don't actually think the squad is the issue. I think the manager is more of the issue. Now, there's definitely been players who don't play well or players that are out of form or whatever it be, but although there are players out of form, I still put that down to the manager. And people might just think, crikey, you're going in on this guy. What's the matter with you? You're top of the league. It's all rosy, semi-final of the Champions League, got to a cup final and a quarter-final. But the reason I'm worried is because I don't have the faith and belief that this guy can get across the line. Now, the reason I believe that, and I'll be quick on this, is we've had a number of opportunities so far this season to pull away. And every time there's an element or ounce of pressure, this manager fails to deliver. Whether it's the cup final against you, or whether we don't have to go to a final or a semi-final, let's stick to the league. We've had numerous games that we could have pulled away from you when you've dropped points, whether it be a draw or a loss at Man City, right? And we failed to capitalise. I can go as far back as October or November when you played Liverpool. And at the time, Liverpool and City looked both like they were going to go for a title because it was quite early days at that time. And we had Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. We were 2-1 up. We were absolutely abysmal in the first half, found ourselves 1-0 down. And then we get ourselves into the lead in 2-1 and we can't hold on to it and we crumble. So then the Sunday is no longer enjoyable watching you in Liverpool. And that was quite early on. And I thought, I'm worried about this. And then we get another opportunity to go to Stamford Bridge and put ourselves 9 points clear, 11 of Liverpool and I think 13 of Chelsea, something similar to that. I can't remember. It was so long ago now. And they go down to 10 men. Caicedo, the shin kicker, gets sent off. And I think, here we go. We're going to go win this league. It's unbelievable. We could get this wrapped up by, like everyone's been telling me. This is incredible. Can't do it. We draw. Then we have Nottingham Forest away. Can't do it. Draw 0-0. Don't get a shot on target. That would have put us 8 points clear of Man City. Couldn't do it. Then we get Liverpool at home. Everyone's beating them. 3-0. They've just lost at Anfield to Forest. Oh, we'll easily beat them in the Emirates. 0-0. 0 shots on target. That would have taken us 10 points clear of Manchester City at the time. Couldn't do it. Then we go 1-0 up against Brentford. Here we go. Easy this will be. 1-1. Can't pull away. Wolves 2-0 up. 2-2. Can't pull away. Now, I understand people, you'll be listening to this going, yeah, well, we've done this as well. We've done this as well. But Manchester City have got across the line. This is the difference. When Manchester City fans say to me, this is where I know Man City fans don't understand sometimes what it's like to support this football club that we do. Because trust me, they're all going, you need to just chill out. The reason we can't chill out is because we know what this manager has done in the last few years. So it is literally PTSD. If I had Pep Guardiola in charge, you think I'd be going up mental? No, I'd be chilled because I know this guy, what this guy's done. I know this guy's got us across the line. If I had Hansi Flick or Diego Simeone or even Conte or maybe Luis Enrique, I'd be chilled because I know that these guys have been there and done it and got their teams across the line and has a CV that says I can win. And because this manager hasn't, I will always feel like he will drop the ball. As we have seen in the Bournemouth game most recently, going out the Carabao Cup final to you guys, and of course the FA Cup against Southampton. And I must say, guys, I've got to be honest with you, the Champions League against Sporting Lisbon, home and away, was an absolute ball fest. I needed matchsticks in my eyelids to keep myself awake. Meanwhile, you've got Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, unbelievable game, end-to-end stuff in both legs, same as Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. And let's be real, as much as Liverpool are a laughingstock, PSG look levels on what Arsenal have done this season. So now this is where it comes back to it, and I'll finish on this. 1-0 to the Arsenal, set pieces. Don't matter. We're winning. Don't matter. We're winning. We're top of the league. I've said this before, by the way. I've been top of the league before. It does not matter if you're top of the league in March or October or November. It matters in the game week 38. And if we can get this across the line, fair play. So to answer your question, very, very long-winded, Martin, how have we got here? I don't care. I don't know. But if whoever wins this game will win the Premier League, in my opinion. Whoever wins this game. And I have to say, I don't know if Guns agrees with me, I don't think it will be us. And I'll end on that. So.
No, I do agree with you. Yeah, I think that we look leggy. Yeah, we're panicking. Like just the Bournemouth game was a perfect example of that. Some of the mistakes, the players are running into each other. Like we ain't seen that all season. Damn, and everyone that's watching this, they're like, Arsenal's defense is only good because we don't attack. Like, let's just be real with it. Yeah, but then, right, everyone says, oh, but that's because you know, we get a low block against us every week. Yeah, so it's hard to break teams down. Well, I've seen Man United come to the Emirates this season and absolutely play us off the park. Yeah, people going on about, oh, it was worldy goals that won it. Them goals weren't great worldy goals. Yeah, they were just poor defending. Yeah, especially after we got back in that game. Yeah, and then we let Mateus Cunha go and score 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, whatever it was. Yeah, good finish, but it weren't like a worldy goal. It weren't like he wrapped it top bins. Yeah, then we've seen Bournemouth come to the Emirates at the weekend after having 3.5 weeks off and absolutely ruin us. Yeah, and they did that last season as well. They beat us 2-1 last season. They beat us at their ground last season. Iriola has our number every time. Yeah, David Moyes, Everton. Yeah, we got lucky in that game. Yeah, until Dalman came on the pitch, we weren't going to win that game. We were never going to win that game. Dalman changed that whole game when he came on. Why are we relying on a 16-year-old kid? He's younger than my daughter. Why are we like, yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah, but we've done £1 billion. We've got Noni Madueke running the ball out of play for goal kicks. Like, we've got Martinelli. he's a shambles. Yeah, and I used to really like Martinelli. That guy has steadily gone backwards for the last 3 years. Yeah, Trossard, another one I really rate. Not anymore. You can go as well. Yeah, he runs the ball out of play. Our striker can't trap a ball. Yeah, and in spite of this manager, he's still on course to hit 20 goals, which is what I predicted he'd do, because we can't coach and attack. And this is why, when Dan mentioned Simeone a minute ago, I watched that game, home and away game, both legs. I didn't watch the Barca game, the Bayern game, because obviously it was on the same time as us. But I've seen the highlights. As soon as we turned that game off last night, Matty put it straight onto that game, and all I'm seeing is Elise putting one top bins. I'm like, where's our players that can do this? They got Harry Kane, Diaz, Kimmich, yeah, Elise. Like, they've got players that can do something out of nothing. Even Real Madrid, I know they went out, but they've got Vinny Jr., Mbappe, Jude. Not that I rate Jude, but he can still turn up clutch every now and again. Where are our clutch players? You have that at your club. Yeah, Erling Haaland's not been great for weeks. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, bang, hat-trick. Yeah, where's our players that can do that? And people can waffle about injuries this and injuries that. Apparently, we've got the best squad in Europe, best manager in Europe. I don't get it. Like, for me, we're the biggest Fugazi football club I've ever seen in nearly 40 years watching football. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. £1 billion, and you're relying on a 16-year-old boy to save your season. Embarrassing for me. I don't think we'll win it. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, but at the same time, the Atleti that we are going to play at the end of this month, I didn't even know it was in 13 days. I thought it was in May. I looked at the fixtures earlier. It's the 29th of this month. So we've got Man City away, Newcastle at home, and then Atleti away. Next 3 games, all this month.
Do you know what's mad? I looked at this earlier. The season's over in 6 weeks.
Mm.
And because all I keep hearing it, because we mentioned it last night, didn't we, on the show? So,
yeah.
Oh, we've got 7-9 games. I went, yeah, but we're over in 6 weeks. These games are going to fly. We've got a fit, which I'm going to come on to in a bit, which I think could be I don't think it'll be an issue. Could be an issue for us. People think we're playing once a week at the minute. We've still got Palace and a Burnley game, and probably, potentially, a Bournemouth away game to fit in somewhere as well at this point. So we've still got 2 games to fit. I know Burnley's been rearranged for a midweek, but looks like if we beat Southampton, and I'll say if, because I'm going to give Southampton the utmost respect, because the 17 unbeaten, or 18 unbeaten, which is like wild. We've got a Bournemouth game to fit in. And the way they're playing in the minute, I'm not sat here going, oh my God, City are going to go to the Vitality and trounce them. Because the one thing I know I've called it shit, but I disagree. I'm not sure this is a title fully decider. And do you know why? And people are going to think I'm being a negative sod at the minute. I'm not fully trusting City to not drop any more points yet. I need to see a bit more for us to go, or we can go 7-8 games winning.
But Martin, do you think? I mean, where I think I don't think if City do beat Arsenal, I don't think they have to win every game. I don't see Arsenal bouncing back from losing at City and then winning the last 5 in the league.
Yeah.
So I think we could both. I think even if City win, we could both still drop further games. So
yeah,
it's not going to be easy. And form changes. I remember back in 2012 when people talk about chokes, but the biggest choke of the lot was United losing 8 points against us in 6 games. Leading into those 6 games, I think we'd lost to Arsenal. I think 1-0.
Arteta scored.
Yeah, the 7th game.
Arteta scored. Balotelli got a red card, and I laughed the whole night.
We'd had an awful draw at home. We'd been battered away, and I think we'd lost in the cup. 4 games, absolutely terrible. And then was it West Brom the first game? We won about 4-0, and then Tevez came back and we beat Norwich 6-0. And our form just overnight changed from we'd given up on the league. Everything was in the dumps. And then we just blasted back, won 6 games, looked good in all of them, and won the league. So things can flip. I'm not saying they will flip with Arsenal. Going back a bit to, Lee and Dan's points, I think the big difference at the moment between City and Arsenal is, and I said this about the final, why I thought we'd win the final, is at the moment, I think Arsenal have a lot of players in attack who look like they could have a 7 or 8 out of 10 game, but I don't see any of them for a long time having 10 out of 10 games. And with Cherki and Haaland, even Semenyo, even Doku, they're not playing brilliantly every game, but every single one of them's capable of 10 out of 10 games, and they've had 10 out of 10 games this season. And I just thought, in a big moment, one of them will find some magic, and I'm not, and that's what I'm not seeing from Arsenal up front. But is that the coaching? Is it tiredness? I mean, I'm seeing Saka look like Foden. Both of them look like they've been absolutely.
Well, Rich, this plays into a question Cosmic Barty's put, which I think it's a great add-on to. I am going to come to your membership super chats in 1 minute, I promise you, because I know there's been there a while, and I promise you to thank you all so much for them. But you've just added that, Rich. Then, Cosmic Barty, do you think qualifying for the next round of the UCL could be your detriment? Another 2 games when realistically you aren't getting through. Well, Cosmic Barty doesn't think you'll get through. Could kill your EPL chances.
I personally think that this manager's going to kill it, because we've beaten Atleti this season, but this is a different version of Atleti, and this is why when you look at the fixtures with 10, 12
well,
games,
I know you watch a lot of La Liga League, so you know about Atleti.
Yeah, but they're like Arsenal. At any point they can bottle it, and they are, and they have been for 5 years. But they're in a final at the weekend. Yeah, they're playing in the Copa del Rey final against Sociedad. Yeah, so
I believe for me, I think Lookman has changed that front line for me, because really you only have to worry about Alvarez scoring, but the pacing behind with Lookman, and he was, he did this at Atlanta too, but he's a real scoring threat. He's giving them another outlet to where Alvarez doesn't always have to be the one scoring.
Yeah, same with Giuliano Simeone on the other side as well. Sorry, Dan. Simeone on the other side. Yeah, he's been brilliant this season. Simeone's son, he's been outstanding this season. Then they've got Sorloth coming off the bench. It's like they've got Griezmann. I mean, Griezmann's a baller still to this day. Yeah, they've got so many, and this is the difference between him and our manager for me, Dan. Yeah, right. They can stink a game out left, right, and centre, but they can also coach an attack. We see it against Barcelona the other night. Yeah, they were 2-0 down inside 10-15 minutes. And then one breakaway, bang, goal. That was their only shot in the first half.
Simeone's got the balance. I don't think Arteta has. And you talk about Lookman coming in. That was one player I looked at. Semenyo and Lookman. We signed Madueke. I mean, this is the problem. You know what I'm saying? We've got these 2 players who I thought were going to be top quality for us, and we just went and signed 52 million on this geezer. Honestly, man, like Turkish said the other day, the ball boy must hate him, because he just runs it off all game. The ball boy has to chase it after. Honestly, man, I'm sick and tired of watching him. It's the most frustrating player to watch, I tell you. But look, I'll be real about it quickly as well. I think I wanted to add on what you was just saying, so I don't want to take over too much of the stream, Martin. But I feel like with Manchester City, I looked at Manchester City in the first couple of games, right, and I thought they ain't winning the league. They look nowhere near it. They look absolutely miles off. They've got Trafford in goals, passing it out to the strikers. They defensively look weak. Don't think they've got anyone to replace Rodri. And I'm not too sure about Jeremy Doku, really. I think he flatters to deceive. And then I looked at your transfer window and your window in the winter, and I think it's been underrated. And I think it's been overlooked a lot, if I'm honest. Because you brought in Donnarumma, who, let's be real, whether you love him or hate him, he's elite. You know what I mean? He's one of the best, in my opinion. And he's straight away got you better defensively. Ryan Cherky was £90 million less than Florian Wirtz, right? That is an unbelievable bit of business. And then you look at what you've done in the winter transfer window as well.
Yeah.
And you look at Mark Guehi and Semenyo, who for me, probably this season, for both Man City and Palace and Bournemouth, probably get into the team of their seasons by quite some distance. The Guehi for me has been unbelievable for you. I always rated him as a centre-half. And Semenyo has just basically picked up where he continued at Bournemouth. Whereas we're trying to get Madueke and Eze to settle in at this club. So I think your transfer window has been very, very underappreciated and underrated, if I'm honest with you.
One of our fellow City fans is asking you that. I know you get that on your channel. Because I love the way you open it with, if this is not for you, hit the X button and basically fuck off.
You have to tell these people, man, because they don't. They sit there watching and then moan. We'll just press cross.
Can I just? I'm sorry, I've got to do this. Like, I know I'm going to fall so far behind, and I don't want to do because people are moving wild on these.
No, go on, man. Go on, man.
Arteta's gone again. He's at 180 now.
Legend.
He's got a 180. He wants to double City's charges. Luke, big up, mate. Member of 20 months. We've gifted 10 as well, but I'm not going to stick that up. Martin's bad at snooker. Thank you, Luke. Pass it on. Nah, smashing it, mate. Top channel. Thank you, Luke. And I'll smash you at snooker anytime, mate. You know that. Arteta's now at 200. He's gone doubled it.
He's won the lottery or something.
Like, whatever he's doing for a living, I need to do because I'm bored of YouTube, mate.
And then Pierce just come in with 20. Big up to you. And then it's coming with the $2. Arteta out trying to outdo me, Stinker and Hooked. So now these two are in a competition because he's gifted 10 and then gifted another 10 and then stuck a 50 on top of it. So he's now stuck nearly 100 in.
Mad.
Damn, these two were doing this in my comments before I came on here as well, by the way.
Right, legend.
Are they regulars in yours?
At this rate, Oprah Winfrey's going to come on the...
I had 135 gifted. You must be on about 300 odd.
Look, listen, I can retire.
Gifted about nearly 500 members out tonight.
I can retire.
At this rate, Oprah Winfrey's going to come on the show and start going, you get a membership, you get a membership, you all get a freaking membership.
We're going to have more memberships than we've got subscribers in a minute.
Pretty much,
Memo with the 20, big up, mate. I hope you're feeling better. And we miss you over on Night in My Lifetime and hope you're back soon, mate. Massive panel tonight. Great to see Liam Potts. A huge respect for Lee. Only rival fan who shared my toy donation out of Christmas. Please can salute his football views. People can slate his football views, but genuine guy, big up. Oh, thank you very much.
I can salute them as well.
You can do. And then Formidable has come in with the 2. I'm chasing shadows. Do not ever think 2 pound is chasing shadows, mate. Oh, hang on. Jesus, forget the views. We're just going into a... And Pierce is coming again.
You man are crazy, I swear. Like, whatever you lot are doing for a living.
What's going on?
I need to sit on the beach and just relax every day and just get paid.
I think they're dragging people off the street.
Every week in the title, in the title race.
Legends, man. These guys.
Come over here. Come on.
He wasn't like this when we played Liverpool. Well, that was my other thing is everyone keeps trying to... I was going to ask you two this. Is this a rivalry for you two and for the panel? Because I'm going to be honest, and I mean this with utmost... For some reason, and I'm sorry I'm going to sound old. I am going to sound old. I've been at Main Road and applauded Arsenal off the pitch. I never did that with Liverpool. I've never done that with Man U. But I've applauded Arsenal off the pitch when they slapped us up 4-0, 5-0 twice. And I've always felt I just feel like the media are trying to scrape up a rivalry here.
I think it's more of it's a bit of both. It's a bit of our fan base trying to
some.
Not all of them, obviously. Like you have this probably in your fan base as well. Like so people who just chat rubbish, man. Yeah, it's all for clout, all for traction, all to get the most likes. Yeah, like Pep out, because it was trendy at the time, and then back the other way. Now it's Pep's a genius again. Yeah, we've had fans in our fan base, quite a lot of them online, that sit there. Oh yeah, Arteta in. Oh, then it's no, we're Arteta out. Yeah, then he's got us in the tight race. Oh, I'm Arteta in again, and now they're all wobbling again. It's like, make your minds up. I know new evidence gives a new opinion and all that. Yeah. But the evidence is still the same. He ain't won nothing. Yeah, so for me, it ain't a rivalry. I actually like Man City. I don't think much of your stadium, though. I can't lie. Yeah, every time I've been to your stadium, we've been walloped. Literally. I've seen Sane and Sterling and all them, like De Bruyne, all celebrate in front of me, man. Row 1. Yeah, I think I've been to the Etihad about 6-7 times. Never seen a draw, let alone a win. Yeah, same with Anfield, to be fair. Every time I've been Anfield, we've been banged.
Martin, have you got a free ticket for him on Sunday?
You know, I've had more DMs this week on ticket requests than ever before. I've got people flooding me like, can you ask people? And I'm like, no chance. The hospitality's even gone, which never happens at City normally. Everything is sold out, which is crazy. And by Pierce has gone because he's not being outdone. Do I have more than Arteta out? I never get time to stream to be in the podcast because of school and work. School? Jesus, man. You're making me. So I like to bless you all. Thank you so much. And he's a Liverpool fan. You'll never walk alone.
Well, legend, man. Legend.
Legend. Absolutely.
No,
legend.
I don't think we.
And then Luke's come back. Shall I make a return? Hang on. Sorry, Lee. They're not finishing, mate. They're going.
Big up
they own the whole chat now. They ain't your chat anymore.
Robertino's gone for number 9 months. Thank you. Bevo's come back with another 20. My phone won't let me donate subs, so here's another 20 for fun.
Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, careful, Martin.
What do you guys think, though? Like, as Man City fans, like, obviously you've been in proper title races. This is a title race, but it's not like, Dan, we were sitting there watching them and Liverpool just going toe to toe, innit?
Yeah.
Ridiculous 15 and 16, 17 straight wins in a row. And they're both playing at different times, different days. And it's like, right, Liverpool gone out and wallop someone 4-0. Then they go out and wallop someone 5-0. And the next week it's like that was relentless. Yeah, and that was probably the best we've seen in modern era of Premier League. Yeah, because I think this era of football shit. I can't lie. Yeah, but in the last 10, 15 years, I'd say that them two, I can see why there's kind of a rivalry with that, because you probably both felt physically sick, like as fan bases, going into them games or going to the games, watching them on telly, whatever it may be. Yeah, whereas I don't really get that with Man City.
Well, Manchester hates Liverpool and Liverpool hates Manchester, full stop. So
he's come back.
Even if you're not a football fan, there's that Manchester-Liverpool thing. So that's always been there. So I reckon City fans don't generally hate Arsenal because they haven't got enough hate left because of United and Liverpool, to be honest. You know, I can't even hate Leeds anymore.
When we've got like 500 gifted subs in here tonight, Rich.
Yeah.
And
I know for me, just speaking for me, I just think it just comes from, you know, we do have a history, like what Lee was talking about, us always like beating them. So I think, you know, ever since that 5-1 you guys laid on us, I think, you know, your fans have always been trying to stick it to us now. And you guys are trying to put out your chest because now you guys are back up the top of the league and stuff. And I think, you know, what KDB pushing Arteta, Rodri comments, Haaland comments, right? I think, you know, they're trying to build it up with the media and everything in some fans. But I don't see it as a rivalry yet until you guys maybe get across the line maybe once or twice, stopping us. And then it's kind of a back and forth type of thing, with kind of what we had with Liverpool. But yeah, I said it yesterday. I think it's kind of like little brother trying to, you know, be eye to eye with Brit brother. And it's like,
he wins that one game at FIFA out of 100, and then he'll say it on your wedding day on the speech. Oh, do you remember that time I beat you at FIFA? Yeah, you lost the other 99 games. Yep.
Right, so PH came with 50, Arteta out's gone with another 20. Any raise on that? I'm feeling like I'm in poker.
Any raise on that?
They're raising each other up here.
What do you think, Mark? You think Gary Neville's going to come in with 3.5 million?
I know from Gary. Yeah. What do you think? Do you see it as a, like, are you actually shitting the bed for Sunday? Because I'm not. Because I've seen us. I know the inevitable is going to happen. It's just when. Yeah, and until he proves us wrong, Dan, I think we're both in the same boat with that, isn't it? It's like,
facts. Yeah,
we're the crux of a very good team. Yeah, but he's ruined all of our best players. Yeah, and the ones that are stepping in ain't the level. Yeah,
I feel like there's parallels between this and the treble season when you came to our ground. Because it's like we had to win to pick up ground.
Parliament's fault, wasn't it, Dan?
That went well. That 4-1. That was a great game. That Jesus.
But I mean, similar situation where it was like we were just about in gear for that run for the remaining trophies, and we had to beat you to close the gap in that, and we did, and we went there and went absolutely mental. So there's a bit of a similar situation here too, where I think it's like we need to just go out there and just throw everything at you guys, just to not only obviously get the win and close the gap, but just to continue that momentum and that good form that we've had basically since the Carabao Cup final.
Are you scared of any of our players though? Are you looking at any of our players as a serious threat, or are you just looking at it as a kind of compact team of 11? How our kind of system or our style will be hard to beat or break down? Because I don't think any of our players have got absolute individual star quality at the moment. If you get me.
Mm. I mean, maybe Declan Rice if he was fully fit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
and you haven't got brutal pace. Like the biggest weakness for City this season has been teams play against us with brutal pace up front, and us playing a high line and getting exposed. Now, Kuzanov's changed that because Kuzanov has been, genuinely amazing since Christmas. His physicality, his pace is unbelievable. He's as fast and strong as Walker. And we didn't. Well, we thought he'd be good, but we didn't see him having the impact he is. But that's what I fear the most is probably when we play teams the rest of the season. It's going to be anyone we come up against who's got real pace up front, where I think, have we cured that problem?
Rich, through the season, though, we have been bullied through the middle. You know what I mean? But with Arsenal, can I just say, with Arsenal, this Arsenal squad this season, supposed to do things, and with Arteta, it does. I agree with Dan. It does come down to man management. He has been guilty of not rotating players. I've had it through the season with Martin about Pep being guilty, not rotating players, and that's what it comes down to. He's run the players into the ground. You can see it. We've had the same with Bernardo and that. He's been on his arse last 20 minutes and he's not changed it. Keeps his favourite players on. But we've got through it. But Arteta's doing that.
Coming with the favourite stuff. Don't do the favourite stuff. You're trying to trigger me. It's most trusted.
No, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
It sounds like a top man.
Yeah. I am. But yeah,
I was talking about Martin. He said most.
He's on about me, governor.
Yeah. It's Mancunians abroad, mate. As soon as they get leave the familiarity of Manchester and that, they all just go mad. Yeah.
No, the thing is,
right.
No, I think you've got a good point though. Sorry,
it will come down to Arteta. It will come down to Arteta in the end, because at the beginning of the season you did have the squad to do it this year. You still might, but it does come down to Arteta and how he manages it.
But that's why I blame. For me, if we win it, it's more an Arteta for me, because I will stand by this. Arsenal have the better squad.
Yeah,
I will say. City is still in a rebuild. I don't think our squad's far away anymore, especially after January.
Yeah,
but we're in this. We brought in 16 new players in the last 16, 17 months. 16.
I don't think they've got a better squad now.
You know what I think it is, Governor? I think
start the season we did.
Yeah, I think with Arsenal, I think they've got, compared to our squad, they've got the better ingredients. The difference is we've got the better chef.
Yeah, thank you. That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd entirely agree. I think at the back.
But you think Arteta's better than Pep?
No, I'm saying that I think the ingredients. I think the ingredients.
Let's swap managers for the weekend.
I think the ingredients Pep's got are a lot better than you're giving him credit for. We at the moment you're looking at City team where you're going to have. We're not playing Diaz, we're not playing Gradio, we're not playing Trafford. I think Gonzalez was phenomenal the first half of the season. He can't get a kick.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of City.
Not played since January.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think you could name, I think you could name 10 City players who are really good players who aren't in the 11. I think we are kidding ourselves if we don't think with that money spent we've got a very strong squad. It hasn't formed as much as Arsenal because it's new, but I think we're overplaying that hand if we say you know, Arteta's got a mile stronger squad than Pep, because I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair on Arteta or Pep. I think all our players. I think there's a hell of a. I mean, how are we going to work out how to play Diaz, Guardiola, Cousinov, you know, Gay
good headache
next season as centre backs? You
But
know,
as we said, Rich, it was always going to be that.
Yeah,
it always comes to when it's about this time of the season where it's like, you know, we look at, you know, probably 2/3 of the season is based on Pep just continuously tinkering with the squad until he finds his A squad, and then he sticks with them basically until the very last kick of the season, give or take. Maybe I've always said Pep from about maybe February or March will have like a starting 11 +2 or +3, and those 2 or 3 players will be a combination of A, versatility. B, obviously, don't get injured regularly. And number 2, they can just fit in any position when his main core squad has to be rotated, whether it's playing every 3 days for Champions League or depending on who the opposition are, basically.
Yeah. Do you think next season? Do you think he'll put O'Reilly in midfield, put Vardy back at left back?
I'm a shout that he might end up being the Bernardo replacement. Just that little rover who just runs, who just has the freedom of midfield, basically.
He's a quality baller, but this is the difference.
Nico Riley or Gavardiol or Nico Riley's the Bernardo replacement.
Nico Riley.
Yeah, Riley.
Oh, I thought you meant Gavardiol.
This is the difference between your coach and our coach, right? We've got Skelly at our club. Look at the way that guy started at the Bernabeu. Yeah, he can't get a game. This guy was playing week in, week out, wasn't he, Dan? Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, he ain't a left back and he ain't great at left back, but the way he was bombing into midfield, I think it was at the Bernabeu. He spun, I think it was Camavinga or someone, or Chouameni, and legged it past them, and he was setting the tempo, and he's got that drive forward. Yeah, and I see that with O'Reilly. And look at the way your coach has coached him in comparison to Skelly. And now he's just holding bench every week. Yeah, and then he rushes back in Cappy and plays him. Then he'll rush back Calafiori and play him. And it's like, I don't think any of them are great left backs because, let's be real with it. Yeah, and Cappy's a centre back that can play left back, and the other 2, well, Calafiori just ain't a footballer, he's a model. Yeah, and Skelly's a midfielder. Yeah, so it's like we've had a left back issue and a left wing issue for as long as I can remember with this manager, and he still hasn't fixed it. Whereas your manager, he finds a way to fix it. Yeah, and we've been watching as outsiders over the years of watching you under Pep, and you're right, by about February, he knows his best 12, 13, 14 players. This manager, don't trust.
I think it's taking him longer this year, Lee, because, and this is just my theory, by the way, but I'm just loads of super chats still.
Because you bought 16 players in 16 months, probably, mate.
No, not that. We've got a squad.
We can't even chat down. He's done $1 billion on about 40 players. It was no shit.
We got one for every charge.
Never had a 28-man squad. Never had a 28-man squad. To a point now, we're leaving. Believe it or not, we played Chelsea on Sunday, and John Stones and Rico Lewis were left at home.
Yeah,
left at home, not even, and I think this is why it took Pep longer, because he sat there going, I don't know what to. I think it's took him longer because his squad's so big, and at last he's found it. And do you know what it was? I don't know if anyone saw the Cherky comments during the week. Cherky was mesmeric in the second half at Stamford Bridge. Did you hear what Pep said about him?
In the Premier League,
Pep went after him. Pep went, well, look at him in the first half. Can't hold the ball, doesn't track back, needs to do more on it. I love him, but he's still got ways to improve. This is Cherky that everyone's saying is going to be a top player, and Pep's like, nah, I can get a lot more out of you, mate.
Which same with the kick-ups at Wembley.
Scary.
Same with the kick-ups at Wembley. Pep was fuming that he was doing kick-ups at Wembley. Yeah. He
didn't even like that Rabona assist he gave to Phil against Sunderland a few months ago.
Yeah. But this is why he's an elite level coach and Arteta's a pretender, because Arteta is 7 years deep nearly. It's 7 years in December. Yeah, he's still learning, and he ain't learning from his mistakes. He's still running. We bought Norgard. We got rid of Jorginho and bought Norgard, Dan. Yeah, he's played 56 minutes of Premier League football. Why? Declan Rice was ill in bed for 2 days and played 94 minutes yesterday.
But who has Arteta developed at Arsenal, though? That you guys thought, we never expected him to get to this level.
He's developed Win the Dog, mate. That's it.
She's got an ACL. She's out for the season.
Yeah, got a light bulb. We got a light bulb going. He told us how to screw a light bulb in. And he also gave him the menu: breakfast, dinner, and lunch. You got to bring your breakfast,
I mean,
your dinner, and your tea.
What's going on there, Dan? Like, what's going on with Arteta on training ground? What's going
The
on
problem
there?
is, mate, I'll end on this because I do have to shoot, boys, in a minute. I'm going to be late for my other show. But I will say this, right? The gimmicks are pathetic, mate. Let me tell you that. The gimmicks are pathetic. When he tells me to bring my lunch and bring my dinner, how about just bring me a trophy? Yeah?
And you're playing, and you've got a big screen in
Cheers for
training,
one.
playing TikToks.
And TikTok's going off in training. We've had speakers going off blasting "You'll Never Walk Alone" to get smashed 4-0 at Anfield. That went well. We've pickpocketed all of our staff. We've had light bulbs running around everyone. I don't really understand what any of it is.
Pens in training. Pens in training, Dan.
Pens in training and
We've
balls
got
on
Salt
edge.
Bay giving Arteta his best piece of meat.
I think this is the time.
Right, how it makes you feel to play at the Emirates. He got them to all put that on the board, didn't he?
I see
Imagine
it.
Carlo Ancelotti doing that at Real Madrid when he was manager.
Brains and
This is the
hearts.
time
And
you
all
should
this
be
sort of
locked
stuff.
down.
The brain and the heart.
You should be in-house, locked down. Not
This
saying
should be
anything.
not. This should not be out there. It's all PR crap, bruv. This is what it is. We should not be out there. Do what you want behind closed doors. Just show the open training sessions of them actually doing some drills and some stuff, looking sharp in training. Not having all their balls into their head and pens and crap like this. It's just embarrassing. Because if you lose football matches, which is what we did to Bournemouth, everyone goes back to it and goes, "Well, that worked," and laughs at it. And this is why the whole thing is about how you're playing football. If you're only winning by corners, if you're doing these gimmicks, nobody cares if you win. When you lose, you're absolutely crucified by it. So just go and win. Yeah, I wanted these guys to just win me a Carabao Cup. I wasn't, you know what I mean? I just win me a damn trophy, man.
I was about to ask that before you leave. Has the Carabao Cup final been more important than people realised?
Well, I always thought it would.
For both teams, by the way. For both teams.
I said this to Lee and to everyone who comes on my channel. Win that because you'll get across the line and you'll have more chance and reassurance to the fan base that you do it.
Did you go, by the way?
Yeah, I went.
Sure, you went, yeah.
And that was supposed to be the
he fucking ignored me. He ignored me at Wembley, like. He ignored me. I did ring it, but he ignored me.
I did get a missed call from Martin. Sorry, mate. I did get a missed call.
He ignored me. I've never seen him.
He wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one.
When we beat him at
He was fuming. He was fuming.
Imagine the ego if they did win. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like that was supposed to be.
I had a lot of missed calls.
that was supposed to be the right. He's bottled 7 semi-finals. He's finally got to a final with the money that he's spent after ripping up the squad. Yeah, I'd won him a trophy without any money. Yeah, and now that's everyone's backed it. Well, pretty much everyone. Yeah, the majority have backed it. Everyone's gassed. Everyone went to Wembley. Man City fans were probably a little bit worried. Yeah, Arsenal fans were all pretty much on the same page for the first time in years. Like, we're actually going to win this. I don't think anyone went to Wembley as an Arsenal fan thinking we weren't winning. Yeah, I predicted 3-1. Yeah, and then it's like you see that spineless performance. It's like, bro, do you actually want to win? Yeah, and then people are what you got Ian Wright coming out. Big up Ian Wright for a change. Yeah, he comes out after the game though and says, "Oh, why is everyone moaning? It's only a League Cup." Yeah, now he's on the overlap calling this manager out for the first time in 6 years. Thank you. About time.
I think that's one of your biggest problems as a fan base, and this. Because not from you, but I hear this from you two are the only two I hear this from. Get used to winning.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep winning the majors to be a winner. You can, because I've always said this, Klopp, even when he didn't win the league, remember he won the League Cup and the FA Cup still. You keep that winning mentality going in your squad. There's people, like I said, a lot of young kids are coming to City, and we've talked about this, haven't we, lads? They've never won a trophy. Well, in March, they were dancing all over Etihad South with a trophy in their hand. Kushinoff didn't even know how to lift the damn thing.
The thing is, though, right? The thing is, though, Mark, right? And I'll say this, and then I'll shoot off because I do need to go. But I'll say this: you're talking about winning and just getting across the line. Arteta doesn't set up to win enough, mate, and they'll find that out at the weekend because he will not set up to win this game because he's, draw this game. We still got a great chance winning the league. How about go and kill him off? And I'm looking at these players, and if I was in that dressing room, I'd be saying, who wants to be the Mark Overmars of 1998? Because that will stay in the history of the club forever. Who wants to be in the Silva and Wilt order 2002? Because if we do win this trophy, it will come back and it will say, in 2026, Arsenal won the league. And they'll go, oh, yeah, that was the Gabriel header 1-0, weren't it? Or, that was the Saka curler from the edge of the box that won them the game. They will not go, oh, that was the year they drew to Wolves and Brentford, but still won the league. They won't remember that. They'll just remember that one moment. Because, look, I loved 98 and I loved 2002, and I was privileged to be around to watch it. I remember a lot of what happened, but the one thing that sticks in my mind from both of those eras is beating Man United at Old Trafford with Mark Overmars in 98 and 2002 Silva and Whitwell. That is what I remember.
That's what champions do, Potser.
Because that's what they do. We've got to go and beat the rivals at some stage. And I know we've just said we're not rivals, but title rivals we are at the moment.
Yeah.
You've got to go and beat them at one stage. You've got to go and do it. And if we're not going to do that, we're going to sit back and draw. We ain't going to win it, man. We ain't going to win it. So
City used to come to the Emirates and win all the time. I know at the time, but even when you first come into the title race, we were, Rodri in the last minute, on the last few minutes, if you remember.
Yeah.
And you saw what it meant.
That was when Airpod Albert took charge of the game.
He had COVID.
That was the best we played against them for years, wasn't it?
I
went in charge of that, innit?
Arteta, for me, I want to see Arteta take the handbrake off.
He won. I think we've been duped into believing, Martin, that next season, if we win it this season, he's going to change it all up and we're going gung-ho like 3 years ago. It'll get worse.
Arteta is the third longest serving manager of the 92 league clubs. Pep second. So third longest serving manager. It's not just suddenly going to change. We
have this debate on Pep, don't we? When Pep's going to change. Really he's always going to root back to his factory settings of pass, tick-a-tack football. He's always going to go back there. Big up, Potsy, you going to, I don't want to, because I know you've got to jump.
No,
big
you're
up,
legends,
Potsy,
man.
Football 12, man, go and watch it.
That's up, Potsy, man.
Legend.
Big up, Potsy, take care.
I'll set it out with 10. I'm way behind on these, so apologise. Sorry, Piyush, got to let these folks know about us. We both go to Berkeley senior year. Today's giving out day. Big up to Berkeley. Stephen, my man, he's here.
Right, big up, Stephen.
Our resident gunner who's here been here for a long time.
Stephen, you've been MIA, man. You've been MIA a little bit lately.
He has been MIA since the cup final. He'll know that. Big up to my favourite Arsenals, Potsy and Lee. Big up. Luke, Martin will be on the first flight to Hawaii after this stream. Big up, Maldives, mate, Maldives. Big up to the panel and chat, as always. The whole chat will be members at this rate. And then, Formidable, can we please reach 8K subs? We're trying to get a 10, mate, but we'll take the 8, but we're trying to hit 10. But big up, Formidable.
It must be hard for you as City fans streaming, though. And because there's not many City fans that stream. There is, but there ain't in comparison to Man United and Arsenal.
We don't have a big online presence.
No, but I like that. Because our fans are just too mouthy online.
Do you know the trouble is with our fans? I think
one of them,
spoke to you about this on yours. Me and Pat did. A lot of the match going fans are still old guys.
Yeah,
that's why we still talk about.
Last time I went to a Man City game, I think it was after he'd done this in the cup final, 2018. I was at that game, 3-0. Aguero dinked our goalkeeper.
Freezing cold, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was fucking. But I'd just come back from Austin.
I think they just had snow in London. It was that cold and that snowy that they painted the lines blue at the Emirates.
Yeah. I came back from Ostersund -15, watched the cup final, got destroyed in the cup final, and then 4 days later we played on the Thursday at the Emirates, and it was even colder. Yeah, it was colder than Ostersund. Yeah, I was so cold. I was like, I love living where I live. I'm never going back there, mate. It's too cold. Yeah, but even then, that was like Wenger in, Wenger out days. And this is why I get the ump with people, because in his last 5 years, he won 3 FA Cups. Yeah, we wanted him out. Yeah, he got us to a Europa League semi-final, funny enough, against Atleti. Yeah, and that's 8 years ago this month or next month. Yeah, it's next month. It will be 8 years. And I was at that home and away game. Me and Troops were sat there in the away end at Atleti, watching our players walk around tranquilised. It's 1-1, mate. And then Diego Costa comes on, scores, bang, 1-0. I'm like, what are we doing here? And he finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Yeah, and why are they guessing this up? He's been here 6 years done. If you'd given Wenger £1 billion, I'm telling you right now, we'd be playing sick football and we'd be right up there walking titles. Yeah, because he knows how to coach an attack. Yeah, he might be scrubby in defence, but just outscore the other team. But in the latter days of Wenger, it was deemed not good enough, by myself and a lot of others that were protesting at games, to get him out. But he still won 3 FA Cups, got us to a League Cup semi-final, got us to Europa League semi-final, was in a title race, bottled it to Leicester. Yeah, but he still had us in that top 4. And people, I don't care about top 4. I want to win it, but we were still competing for trophies. Yeah, even though that wasn't deemed good enough, because this fan base are now gone away from who cares about trophies to, oh, well, we're just in the conversation. That's how far this club has fallen. It pisses me off. Yeah, I grew up in George Graham.
Can I ask you a question, Lee? Some of your players running on empty, because you've got a lot of games coming up with the Champions League as well. Are they actually running on empty?
Declan Rice has been on fumes for months. Yeah, do you know what the craziest thing is, Governor? Yeah, I've predicted, along with Matty and Ola on our watch-alongs for about 18 months, there or thereabouts 18 months, yeah, nearly every single injury in a row that they're going to happen. Like, how is that even possible? Yeah, I've said Ben White can't play 5 games. He'll be done next. Well, he didn't play yesterday. Timber's crocked. Yeah, but Odegaard, well, he's rubbish anyway. I've never rated him.
How's Ben White?
Why I said that, Lee? Why I said that is because at the beginning of the season, you had the squad this season, and it comes back to Arteta management again.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like we had Ben White and Timber at right back, Calafiori and Nkappi at left back. We could play Skelly there. The centre backs are quality, yeah, as a pair. But when one of them's out the team, it's all over the place. Or if they ain't got Timber next to him, then Saliba's a liability at times. Yeah, Gabby, he's not been playing well for weeks. But then you go into midfield, we got Norgard as a Jorginho replacement. I'm like, Norgard? And then we ain't seen him play 56 minutes in the league. Yeah, Zubimendi, I told everyone, press him, he'll fold. Yeah, and we've seen it all season. You press the guy, he'll fold. Yeah, fair play, he played well last night. Yeah, but, oh well, that's one game, mate. You've been shit for weeks. Yeah, then you got Bukayo Saka. I said, don't bring him back after his ACL. Let him have the rest of the season off. Bring him back next season. Oh, but he scored off the bench against Fulham. Scored against Madrid. Yeah, okay, cool. I said, watch next season. Now look at him this season. Finished. I told everyone for 4 years about him. I said, we have run that kid into the ground because he didn't want to go and buy a replacement for him to rest him. Yeah, you don't have to. And not only that, playing him on the right wing for me is just madness anyway. Play him on the left or play him in the 10. Yeah, it is what it is. Then he brings in
that's why you got
29. He brings in Jesus. He brings in Martinelli. Well, Martinelli was already there, to be fair. Yeah, he's progressively made him worse. Yeah, when Martinelli came in, he scored 10 goals in his first 12 games as an 18-year-old under Unai. They're whipping top bins, headers, diving it. He was unbelievable. Yeah, then Jesus has come in. He's had 3 or 4 knee surgeries since he's been here. Yeah, and every single player that we have in our squad, our current squad right now, that's not come through the academy, yeah, every single one of them, bar Kepa, has come in on top dollar from the previous club. Yeah, we bought Jesus from you. He was on 90 grand at your club. He's on 265 at Arsenal. Why? Zinchenko, I told everyone, he's rubbish. Vieira, rubbish. Cedric, rubbish. Yeah, Lukonga, rubbish. It was who's the other one? Turner in goal.
Always said City don't sell players to
what happened to Marino?
If they're not on the decline. And I mean that with every respect.
He got injured on his first training session. He'd done his shoulder and then he come back. And it's funny because the amount of injuries we get in training, when this manager openly sits there lying through his teeth in press conferences saying we don't have time to train. Well, how does everyone get injured in training? When Smith Rowe was here, another one he ruined. When Smith Rowe was here, he got injured in a warm down at Old Trafford. He played 10 minutes in that game off the bench. How'd you get injured in the warm down? Yeah, he played Saliba, 3rd game of the season at Anfield, after being injured in the warm up. He then played him and subbed him after 4 minutes. Yeah,
I mean, sometimes it comes out of bad luck, though, doesn't it? Sometimes it is.
Sometimes, yeah. Like Odegaard's injury on international duty, where he caught his feet in the turf and went over and done an injury. That's just unlucky. But you can't keep getting this unlucky. There's something with training. And there's something with the way. Like, I'll give another example. The other night against Bournemouth, or the other morning, sort of afternoon against Bournemouth, we're passing around the back. Raya had 49 passes. Yeah, only Declan Rice had more than him. We passed the ball back to our keeper 38 times. Why? Yeah, the goalkeepers and defenders are taking more touches than our midfielders and attackers and our wingers. We're upside down. Then he's standing there clapping as David Raya nearly passes the ball straight to Evan Nilsson on trying to Trevella the pass. And then Noni Madueke loses the ball a few minutes later on the halfway line. He's going mad at him. Get back, Noni, get back. It's like we take more risks at the back than we do up front. And this is why I don't think we're winning it. Yeah, if we do, finally. Yeah, I was 22 the last time we won the league. I'm 44 in June. Like, come on, just get over the line, mate.
Someone made a point on the show before about saying that Arsenal just need to get used to winning. I actually think that that's wrong. I think part of Arsenal's problem is they can't get used to losing, because it seems to be whenever, like you said before, Lee, you know, you were expected to win that League Cup final. I think that was the turning point for your downfall. I think since that League Cup final, you've not been the same. Obviously, the next game you lost to Southampton, then you lost to Bournemouth. You know, you got a 1-0 win against Sporting and then a 0-0 draw. I think the problem is not they need to get used to winning, because when they do win and they're getting into winning form, they seem to, you know, scrape results, even if it's just 1-0, 2-1. I think the problem is when they lose a game, they then can't get used to losing. I think that seems to be the problem, because I think if you look at this weekend, I think everyone is kind of expecting City to win this weekend. I think if we do win this weekend, I think that's where the heads will turn again. And I think the next Premier League game that you have, that could be a draw or a loss. I think if you go on and win this weekend, I think you'll start to see more wins come back. I feel like the problem isn't the winning. I feel like the problem is when you lose, there's like some kind of overbearing head loss where you just can't get back into the momentum again.
No, I agree with a lot of what you just said. Yeah, it's like when we've lost games this season, we've gone on runs after that. But you're right in what you're saying, because it's at this time of the year. Yeah, this is where it all unfolds every year. Yeah, and Gabriel's been here since 2021. Saliba's been here, albeit on loan a few times out of the club. Yeah, but he's been here for the whole of his reign because Unai bought him. Martinelli's been here the whole time. Saka's been here the whole time. And let's not forget, yeah, Saka's lost finals for England. Yeah, so he's lost finals with Arsenal. He's lost finals with England. Yeah, then they're going in international duty. They're seeing Phil Foden with about 20 trophies. Yeah, they're seeing Jude Bellingham with his trophies. The French players, yeah, like they're going. The Brazilian players are going to see Vinny Jr. and all of this, and it must piss them off. Yeah, and it's only around this time, and I see that in that Bournemouth game the other day. Yeah, Matty said to me, he goes, "Look at Gabi Magalhaes." Yeah, I think it was him and Zubamendi run into each other on the edge of our box. Yeah, we're just knocking it around the back like we always do, boring the life out of everyone. Yeah, and they both got tangled up and then they're having a go at each other. Yeah, and then they zoomed in on Gabby. Matty said, it looks like he's seen a ghost. It's in the first half after about 20 minutes. Yeah, and we all knew that we could. I don't know if you have this with your team. We know after about the first 15 minutes whether we're winning that game. Yeah, and then we'll scam and win.
We have a few games like that too, yeah.
Yeah, we have most of our games like this.
Yeah.
It's boring.
If it's
and the thing is, I'm called to be
going to happen, it always
shit.
happened in the first half of the season.
Yeah, and then you
always happen in the first half of the season. I think the big difference between, and if you want to bring it all down to bare bones, the difference between Pep and Arteta, it's nothing to do with just being like the understudy or anything like that. I think the fact is that Pep has a mentality of where it's like, the reason he's able to win so much is because he's also not afraid to lose. And you look at that mentality as well too, because they'll go out there and they'll try and play 110%. If they walk away without dropping points or losing the game, then they basically they'll always go on a run of where they have like 7 or 10 games undefeated basically. And that's the thing. I think you look at it, it's just like,
He's shown that not being afraid to lose. I mean, look at him. Pep goes and tries mad stuff in Champions League finals, and we lose Champions League finals. We should win because Pep's just gone right. Or semi-finals. I'm going to try. I'm suddenly going to get a 3 in defence because I reckon that's going to win.
I get what you're saying, Rich, but I mean, if you're going to use that Champions League final, that was a bit of a weird one because we couldn't use Fernandinho because he had no legs left, and Rodri had no legs left, and Fernandinho had only played like once every what 6 weeks or something.
Rodri was fit. Rodri could have played.
He
just tried something different.
Yeah.
The times we've
look, he has one of those little brain melts from time to time, but most of the time though, he's not afraid to take a loss because he usually knows that you'll get the players to rebound, and they do.
Yeah, but
if you look at the difference between Arteta and Pep. The biggest difference for me is when something isn't going right, we make a change to it. So you look before the League Cup final. You know, we weren't playing great. We were, you know, I think we got a draw against Sunderland, loss against West Ham. Yeah, exactly. So, but then you look at the change that he made in the League Cup final. He stopped pressing high and he allowed like Raya to try and play out from the back, and
that's the difference.
He kept players high, but they weren't. They weren't.
He put
pressing.
4 players on our 4 defenders. Now pass the ball out, mate, and then we kept loading it up top. Jokeris can't win a header. And then you rinse and repeat again, and then you can pick the little pockets.
But wait, Arteta, this is what Bevel
so you look at the differences. Arteta's
no, he
not
don't learn.
found
He never
a
has
solution
because Bournemouth did the same.
Yeah.
And every other manager will do the same.
He's not found a solution to a problem.
He's never found
and that's what makes the difference between a good manager and a great one.
Crap. No, I totally agree with everything you're saying. Spot on. Because
he hasn't got the plan B.
He never learns. He never learns. Yeah, how many times have we seen Bukayo Saka limp off injured? The next game he starts. Yeah, we're playing a League Cup game. We're 3-0 up. He brings him on. Why? We're 3-0 up, mate.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing him on? There must be something in that geezer's contract that says he has to play a certain amount of games. You know, a certain amount of minutes or his bonus or something. And because he's the poster boy of this whole project process or whatever you want to dress it up as, like he's almost got a loyalty to him because he knows he's finished. But somebody asked me this the other day. They said, do you think that all these players that keep getting injured is on the manager? How are you blaming the manager? I said, no, I blame the players as well. The players know their body better than anyone. Yeah. The medical staff can only give advice to the manager. Yeah, and the player could go, no, I actually feel all right, boss. Yeah, I feel all right. Well, now it's the manager to decide whether he's playing. Yeah, it doesn't matter who the player is. Yeah, Declan Rice, the amount of times I've seen that guy this season, like at Bournemouth at the weekend, he jumped up for a header in the centre circle, landed, and was holding his hamstring for the last 25 minutes of that game. Then apparently he's been in bed with illness for the last 2 days, then played 94 minutes yesterday. Oh, but now they've dressed it up like, oh, he's the hero. They made him captain yesterday. Yeah, he's the hero. He's come to save us. He was doing interviews after the game saying, I really didn't want to let the boys down. You know, we really had to get through a Champions League semi. We've got a big game at the weekend. I'm really excited for it and this and that. Why don't you just play
So
more
what
golf?
you're saying, Lee, is don't Arteta trust his bench? Because
No,
he
don't.
rest these players.
Nope. He don't trust his bench. Norgard's played 56 minutes. Skelly's barely featured all season. And like I said earlier, look at the difference in the coaching between Skelly and O'Reilly. They're both midfielders playing at left back. Yeah, and look at one's going on and bagging major games like cup finals. Yeah, scored the other day against Chelsea, the opening goal. Yeah, and he's been balling out. Yeah, but
Lee,
he's also got a coach that can coach him properly. And when he has to take him out, I know he's injured now. I think he's done his hamstring, didn't he? But then look at what you're bringing off the bench.
I think
you're bringing on Nate Nuri, and he's just dribbling around everyone like Messi. Yeah, in a big game away at Chelsea. We went there and drew with 10 men, Chelsea, by the way. He never went for it. You were going for it. The first half, I thought you were awful. Yeah, I thought you were rubbish, but you stayed in the game. And that's what Man City do.
Lee, when you guys got Norgard,
and they don't get credit for is that we fundamentally run our season different to how Liverpool do, different to how Arsenal do. We generally have a much shorter pre-season. This season, it was because of the World Club Championships, but we often come back 2 weeks later than our rivals. We don't.
We have 7 weeks off this year.
Yeah,
right?
We don't
7
pick a
weeks
second. We don't pick a settled team till February. We rotate, and people say that's Pep finding his way. Well, it's partly that, but it's also partly Pep rotating the whole team so that no one's overplayed before January, with the possible exception of Bernardo, who he wants to play every single game. So I think we get to February, and physically, a lot of City players have fewer hours in their legs and minutes in their legs than Liverpool or Arsenal players will. And then he can settle on a team and play them. But we've got a lot of players in our team in the 11 now. Haaland's obviously had a lot of minutes, and Semenyo has, but didn't have European.
Yeah, but Haaland don't really do anything. Let's be real. It's not like he's like busting the line like Jokeris down the wing and tracking back into midfield and DM.
No, he just takes up two people and he
occupies two people, which gives Cherky or Bernardo or Semenyo and Doku, whoever it may be, Savio, whatever it may be, a bit more space. Yeah, Like, I'll give you another example. Zubimendi. That guy's played more minutes this season than any other season he's played in his career. Yeah, because
how come you don't use Norgard though? So why isn't Norgard?
That's what I was saying when you went off. Yeah, I was saying, like, I don't trust him.
Like when you guys got Norgard, I wasn't like,
oh, I didn't want him, but I'll be real. In the Champions
League,
he's played all right.
He was doing bits for
Brentford.
Brentford.
Brentford, there's no pressure at Brentford to win.
No, I get that.
Yeah. When he's played Champions League games, he's played well. He's played really well, which is why we're baffled as Arsenal fans, some of us, as to why you don't just drop Declan, drop Zubi, either one, give him a bit of a break, and say, right, we're at home against Bournemouth this weekend. We're not going to take them lightly because they're a good team and they're on a good run. Yeah, but we'll have Declan on the bench or Zubi on the bench, and we'll play Norgard. He's fresh, he's fit, he's ready to go. And this is where your manager always rotates his squad properly. I knew when Cherki weren't starting games at the start of the season. Same with Foden. Yeah, I said, you watch at the end of the season. I said, them two will play games. Yeah, and Cherki, for me, is the best player in the Premier League. Yeah, he's a pure footballer. Yeah, and then you look at Foden. Foden, people will laugh and say, oh, he's fallen off, he's this and that. No, Foden's a top baller. Yeah, and I guarantee he'll play quite a bit between now and the end of the season. It depends on what we do at the weekend in terms of that game. And I agree with what all you guys were saying. I don't think that could be the defining game. But if we lose it, if we lose that game, I think our heads are gone, mate. Yeah, and then it'd be all eggs in the Champions League basket. And now we're playing the dirtiest team in Europe. Yeah, but then it's, we've already battered them before a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, but we did that with PSG. We beat them at home and then lost in the knockout stage when it actually mattered in the semi-final.
You know in the group stage, because I said this about Real Madrid, and you all remember this. Everyone said, oh, we beat Real Madrid in the group stage. I said, Real Madrid in the group stage and Real Madrid in a knockout phase is a very different Real Madrid. Same with PSG.
Jekyll and Hyde, mate. Jekyll and Hyde.
PSG.
And you know that better than anyone because you draw them every year.
PSG do this. PSG sort of take the mickey out of this league phase, and then they go, right, we're at the knockouts now. Let's turn it up.
Yeah. But this is why you can't rule teams like them out of ever winning it. Same with Bayern Munich. Everyone's letting Bayern go under the radar. Yeah, the fact that they played the game they played, the fact that Real Madrid turned up there and scored twice, at their ground. Yeah, if we played Bayern Munich, in their ground, we get banged every time we go there. Yeah, apart from one time under Wenger, we went there and won 2-0 or whatever it was, and we probably should have gone through or whatever. Yeah, we missed a couple of sitters, but this is like Cole Jenkinsons and Van Persie's and all these era. Yeah, but that's how far back we have to go. If you look at Bayern Munich, they've got everything you need. And I've said this before, right? When Harry Kane went to Bayern Munich, they bid 86 million for him and got him for 86 mil. Why didn't we go in for him and say, where's 120? Hold that. He's got a decision to make. Yeah, people, but then somebody said to me, I think it was Kenny said to me, yeah, but if we had done that, a lot of people would have said, oh, it's just to PR it up and say we tried. No, put that 120 on the table. Yeah, and now Harry Kane don't need to move house. His kids don't need to leave school. They're still at the same school. Yeah, and he drives just to a different training ground around the corner from their one. Yeah, and we've offered 40-odd mil, 30-odd mil more than they've offered. And we're in a title race at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, but if we had Harry Kane, either of us, yeah, it'd be game over, mate. Yeah, that guy's unbelievable. But we don't do, for me, what's required to go and get the best. We go and get an average footballer, yeah, and pay him 10 times what they're on before. Yeah, and then what we do, I'll give you another example, yeah? We bought Zinchenko, 50 million, 150 grand a week. He was on 20 grand a week at your football club. How are we paying him 7 times his wage?
Do you know how much we paid for him, like?
About 11 mil, wasn't it?
4 million.
There you go.
It was
4 million.
No, it wasn't. It was like 1.5 million.
Yeah, it was about
and
1.5 million.
He's a number 10.
1.5, yeah.
And for
he's
Ukraine,
a number 10
he plays in midfield.
He's a 10 for Ukraine, yeah.
So why are we playing him at left back?
Left back. But Fabian Delph was a number 8 for Villa. And we went got a left back. Bernardo Silva played left back at the Emirates a few years
ago. He played against us, yeah. That's how you know Pep don't rate us.
This is Pep. This is what makes me, when City fans say to me, Pep's done this, I'm like, been here 10 years. You should kind of know Pep does silly stuff now and again. Because there's that fine line between genius and madness, and he rides the line. So
but because of the trophies, he's a genius, isn't he?
He's won 19 trophies, like.
Yeah, and the thing for me that winds me up, right?
19.
We brought Ben White to play centre back. We paid 50 million for him. Right, we put him from 50 grand a week to 150. Why? You're playing for Arsenal. You were playing at Brighton, mate. Why are we giving you 3 times your salary? And why are we paying 50 M's? Then that never worked, yeah, because he brought Saliba back that he put on loan twice, yeah, and that partnership with Gabby's excelled, yeah. So now Ben White goes right back. Then he brings Timber in to play left back. The first game he plays at left back, he gets an ACL. Yeah, he'd already got injured in the first half, and he brought him back out in the second half, by the way. Yeah, and then he done an ACL. But he's playing left back. He's never played left back. He's played centre back and right back. Then he brings in Calafiori, who's the centre back, and he plays him at left back. Yeah, Maitland, I always call him Maitland. Lewis Skelly, yeah, is a midfielder. He's playing at left back. Yeah, Declan Rice came in as a 6. He's now an 8. Yeah, like, what are we doing here? Like, he brought in Madueke to play on the left. He's now playing on the right. Like, everything this guy does, he lands on his feet, and it winds me up. Yeah, because it's like, he wants to be like Pep. He wants to be I'm a genius. Yeah, I reinvented the wheel. Like, I've brought this player in. He said about Skelly, I told him his only route into the first team is to play left back. That's because we had a left back crisis, because every left back you've killed, bruv, and he got rid of Tierney, who's still our best left back.
But is that because there's so many Pep? I don't want to say disciples. If you look at Pep's assistants through the years.
Sorry to butt in. I'm going to have to bounce, lads.
No, big up, Bebo. Bebo, I hope you get back soon, mate.
Nice chatting with you, Bebo. Thanks for coming on,
yeah,
mate.
Take care, Bebo.
Take care, man.
Thank you, mate. Go and give Bebo and Luke a lot of love. Not in my lifetime. Go and give them a lot of love over there. Top guys. Go and give them a lot of love. What was I going to ask now? I was going to ask.
No, it's right. What you're saying is all the people that have been his number 2 or like.
Yeah, they've all gone to be managers. Yeah, they've all gone to be managers.
And who's the best one? Vincent Company.
Who, by the way,
is the best one.
Who, by the way, managerially, I think I said I had like a 4-year head start on him.
Dominic Tarrant, he went to USA.
Yeah.
Maresca obviously went to Leicester. Then
and he won at Leicester and Chelsea. 3 trophies.
Arteta's gone to Arsenal. Company's gone to
Bayern.
Well, he went to Anderlecht, Burnley, and then Bayern. People forget Company's still done Anderlecht and Burnley.
Yeah, but this is what winds me up, Mark. How do we give this guy the keys to the 3rd biggest club in the country when he's never managed a football team before? Yeah, look what you just said about Company. Yeah, and
Pep,
they went and learned their trade somewhere else.
He did ring up Bayern. He said to Bayern, "Get this guy."
Yeah, it's funny because I remember doing a stream about that. I said, "Yeah, they must have had the table upside down. They must have thought Burnley finished second."
It's crazy.
They read it. No, they read it at the start of the season. No,
Burnley to Bayern's crazy, but it's worked out.
No, you know what it was, Lee. They read it at the start of the season because it's alphabetical. So, Burnley, yeah.
Big up to Salem with another 10 gifted. Don't you start jumping in with the 50s, mate. That competition is over. But big up, mate. I thank you so much.
Can I ask you, Lee? Legend. Can I ask you, off the field, does it come down to your director of football, the quality of player you're bringing in?
Well, the director of football we've got now is not that clown Edu. Yeah, it's now been sacked from.
You got Burton, haven't you?
We got Andrea Berta. Andrea Berta gave him the best striker in Europe, for the last 2 years in terms of goal output. Yeah, and that's not a diss to Haaland because he's relentless. But in terms of goal output in 2 years before we signed him, he's the best in Europe. So we went and got the best. We went and got Eze. Yeah, I love Eze. Yeah, he's been shit for us. We were painting murals outside the ground before he even kicked a ball. Yeah, he scores that trick and then disappears. Yeah, and it's like, come on, man. Then he scores against Tottenham. Oh, yeah, well done. He scored against Tottenham again. And then it's like, Eze, was one of the best midfielders in the league. Let's just be real with it. He's a good player. When he's on it, he's a top player. But again, you're playing at Crystal Palace. Yeah, and he was on 100 grand a week, Governor, 100 grand a week. He came through our academy, left, went everywhere, QPR, Palace, whatever. Why are we putting him on 180? He want to come back. He's been through the academy, so he's gone and got him, who I think's levels better than Odegaard. He's gone and got the best striker in Europe. Yeah, he then went and got Nkappi on loan, who I think is a good player. Yeah, he's a good player. He for me, he's like our Vardiel. But he ain't that level.
Has Arteta got any say in these signings? Because it's like Maresca, he had no control, did he?
No, he had no control. That blue colour weird. Yeah, that club's finished.
Have they got any control?
Arteta runs that club from top to bottom. Yeah, he's openly said, he gets the final say on transfers. Yeah, and I'm like, why? How about manage the football team, mate? Yeah, and then you can tell which players are his because they're all Chelsea rejects and City rejects. Zinchenko, his signing. Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously
true.
Berta weren't there. Jesus, yeah, bench player at Man City. Let's put him on 4 times his money for no apparent reason when he can openly admit that he can't score goals. Cheers for that. Madwakey, yeah, why are we buying you? Yeah, we could have got Elise for less money than him. In fact, we could have got your goalkeeper and Cherky for 5 million less. Oh, sorry, 5 million more. Yeah, look at the state of that. That guy's rubbish. That's one of the worst players I've ever seen at my club. Yeah, 29. Yeah, that tranquilized German giraffe up front. Yeah, why we're signing you for 60 million plus 280 a week. Yeah, that's his signings. Some of them came in before Berta, but let's talk that he's going to get a new deal, I'll tell you. And if he gets a new deal, I wouldn't be surprised if Berta quits. Yeah, because
you think he's going to quit?
I think if Arteta signs a new deal, I think Berta leaves. And if
Is that timing come out wrong?
I think they tested the water with it. I think that's what they're doing.
See
they're
the
testing
reaction.
the water. Yeah. Because that was after the cup final, they put that out.
Yeah.
I know this club inside out. So they were testing the water.
PR.
Just to see. And they done the same with Odegaard. Oh, Odegaard might get a new deal. No. Get rid of him, mate. I'll pay for his flight anywhere. Yeah, and I told everyone about that guy 4 years ago when we got him. I said, he is rubbish. He has mastered the art of running around, making himself look busy without doing anything. Yeah,
Really?
because
Do you
he
like
sticks his
Berta?
arms around.
He does a whole lot of nothing. Yeah,
Do you like
Yeah,
Berta?
he does. I love Berta.
I do that at work.
I love Berta. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When the boss turns up at work, the big boss turns up. You're on your keyboard, you're opening the filing cabinet, your paper shuffling. That's Martin
You're
Odegaard
looking
on the
busy.
pitch.
You're looking busy.
Yeah.
This is what.
And then all he does, me, Matty, and Ola, when we do the watch-alongs, we can predict every single pass we're going to make and where it's going to go. That's how boring
Lee,
this
you
is.
wanna
If
see
I
it?
can do that, every coach in world football.
Lee, you want to
right?
see it? If I'm not on a show, this lot go crazy. When I'm on the show, they're all in the best behaviour. So Joe,
You're not all chill because you could all be sitting there just like chatting shit, giving it your Arsenal was shit. We're the best. We've been the best team for the last 20 years. Blah blah blah.
I have got a little because I've got which I think's gone so unnoticed by everyone. I know everyone's, especially the Arsenal fans in the chat, going to come back with 115 and bought it, etc. No, you know, City are 2 trophies away from overtaking Arsenal.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Has any Arsenal fan actually noticed that yet? If City do this treble, I know you have. I know Potts here. If we do this treble, we won more trophies than Arsenal. We become the 3rd biggest club in England.
and Chelsea ain't far behind. I think Chelsea are 2 behind as well, 1 or 2 behind.
That's now as someone like
We
me
can
and
go from
Rick,
third to
Governor's age, especially because Pat and Ed are still babies compared to us 3 in the main road days. If you'd have said that to us 15 years ago, I'd have slapped you on the head.
Would have come and kidnapped
Yeah,
you.
I'd have slapped you on the head with a very big tree trunk and gone whatever you.
But that's the same. I was going into this proper stadium. Yeah, I didn't go every game in the
Hey,
season.
on cue.
Yeah, I went to yeah, there you go, whatever. Yeah. But we've factually outspent them, by the way, in the last 6 years. But anyway, I was going to this stadium. I didn't go to every game in the Invincible season. I went to about 11 games. I was there when we beat Middlesbrough 5-3. Yeah, and Frank Kadru scored to put them 2-1 up. You could hear a pin drop. And then we just went bang, 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 bang. 4 goals in 10 minutes. That's proper Arsenal. That stadium's proper Arsenal. And they sold us all down the river. Yeah.
When you had Lundberg, Petit, Overmars,
mate, what a team.
it was like
even before that, like George Graham era. Yeah, George Graham era, mate. I think he's the greatest manager we've ever had.
when you had Wrighty, Kevin Campbell, and that it was that still. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, and we had Paul Davis and like Ray Parler.
Ray
Parler's
Rocastle, bless his heart.
as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
Alex
like
Manninger passed away today as well.
yeah, we are coming to that. I have got to,
But
you know,
that was proper Arsenal. That was proper Arsenal, yeah. And then they smashed that stadium down, sold a load of bollocks to us, and we ain't won nothing. Yeah, a few FA Cups. That's cool. I love the FA Cup.
I find that so ironic, Arteta, out that you've just made yourself and you made everyone else.
It's funny. It's funny because his pal, when he gifted him out in my chat, yeah, he got one himself, so he actually gave himself a membership.
Big up Arteta out, you're a legend, mate. No, I just
it's just annoying, lads, because it's like to see what my club was and to see what it is now with TikToks and like dogs and pickpocket. It's a fucking mess, mate.
If Pep Guardiola was in charge of you a lot, this would not be a league title race right now.
Oh, we would have won it. If Wenger was in charge, we would have won it. Yeah, and I'll say this, yeah, and I don't particularly rate Bukayo Saka that highly in terms of like Lamine Yamal and Elise and all of them players. Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, but this manager, Waffle, he was unreal. He was one of my favourite players, man. Yeah, proper footballer. Martin Odegaard can't lace his boots for him. Yeah, but it's like, I don't rate Saka as highly as a lot of our fans. But if we had Saka before the injury this season, yeah, a fully fit Saka, we would have already won the league. Yeah. We would have already won it. But then you could say that about your team. If you had, say, Rodri, yeah, obviously Rodri was out for a lot of the season. Yeah, so maybe you'd say, well, that on the other way. It just winds me up because I know that we have so many good players at our club. This manager has been bamboozling, waffling, lying, cheating, and stealing his way through this for 6 years. Yeah, and if he don't win it this season, I don't need to say anything. You got Ian Wright for the first time under this manager's stewardship at this club, yeah, coming out cussing him, yeah, in a polite-ish way. You got Thierry Henry on CBS yesterday saying, "Yo, he's talking about I'll fire this."
Henry wants the Arsenal job, Lee. He wants the job. He said he can do.
No, but this is what our fans sound like it. That's what they say, Ed. Yeah. They say he's jealous of Arteta. They say Thierry Henry is jealous of Arteta. You're right. Like what? This guy couldn't get called up for Spain.
Fabregas.
I don't want any ex-player coming to this club ever.
That's what I was about to say. Is that because a lot of
Fabregas, I think, will be a great coach. Though I do think he'll be a great coach.
No, because a lot of City fans want company because it's
I think company would be good for you lot, though.
Yeah.
But would you say company then?
Well, do you see it lining up, Martin?
Yeah, he wins the Champions League.
Not after Pep. I don't want.
Who do you guys want then?
Who I want Alonso, but the
Alonso.
I want Pep to sign 20-year deal, but
hey, get them two lads to come back with their memberships, mate. They've got all the money in the world. They'll sign him up.
Do you know, Martin?
Take 20 more years, mate. So.
Martin, I have to say, on the last game of this season, Pep overtakes Les McDowell as City's longest-serving manager of all time in most games.
I forgot all about that as well, Rich.
If we get to the FA Cup final, that is, if he gets to five, if we get to the FA Cup final, if we lose the semi, he equalises it.
I thought you'd win
and it just worries me.
Cup, but...
Yeah, it just worries me. That
I've said it all week. How the fuck have Manchester City landed into a domestic treble?
Because of our manager, bro. Right, let's be real, right? Every single time this manager has had a bit of pressure on him, we fold. Yeah, and that's been the same. Like, I'll give you an example. Antonio Conte, or what did he do at Tottenham? Finished above your manager in his first season with Tottenham when we were 4 points clear with 3 games to go in top 4 race and finished 5th. Yeah, Villarreal, he plays Smith Rowe in a false 9. Never done it before. Why are you playing him in the semi-final of the Europa League, mate? Yeah, in a false 9. Smith Rowe, you play him in midfield, bro.
Lee, Pep's done a madness as well, though, in some games.
Yeah, but your manager gets over the line. Yeah, and when people say like, yeah, but Arteta's learning, he's a young coach and he needs to learn this trade. Cool, go and do that at Brentford or Brighton or like anyone like, I don't know, fucking in the lower divisions or something. Yeah, like it just winds me up. We should be going for the best in class. Yeah, and he weren't the best in class. He was the manager. Let's not forget this, lads. Yeah, when Pep was, I think Pep had surgery or something, and you played Lyon. Yeah, and Arteta took charge of that game in the Champions League group stage. That was your first loss in 6 years in a group stage game. Yeah, when he weren't in charge of us against you, and Rodri scored right at the end, that was the best we'd played against you. And AirPod Albert took charge. And AirPod Albert, by the way, is more qualified for this job than he is. He was Louis van Gaal's assistant at Man United. He's managed football teams. He's actually coached football teams on his own without being assistant.
I'm sure Arteta had 2 or 3 games because he was out. It wasn't just one.
It was just the Lyon game. It was just
Lyon.
Yeah, it was just Lyon game. That was your first loss in the group stage.
Hang on. No, it wasn't because of the surgery. It was because the last Champions League game we played was the end of last season. The Centurions, when Pep got sent off, when Mateo Lahoz sent into the stands.
That's why. Yeah, and he took charge of that game and he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, Albert Steinberg, or Stuyvenberg, whatever it is. I just call him AirPod out. He's always got the AirPods in. It's funny when they sit there, the Three Stooges, him, Gabriel Wines, and AirPod. Yeah, they're all sitting there looking at the iPad. I go, Matty, Ola, they're fucking, oh, yeah, they're all having a mother's meeting. Now that Lee Gunner and Matty and Ola are kicking off again. We better make a sub. 2 minutes later, there's a sub come on. But this is another thing. I don't know if you get this at your club. We can predict every sub he's going to make. Every game. We know what subs he's making.
We are.
Have they sacked your set piece coach yet?
Oh, I can't stand that guy. Yeah, he needs to be sacked. Yeah, every single time we get a corner, I swear to God, it is so annoying. They go like this.
Who's run out of ideas?
All right, so how can you beat City though, Lee? Well, give the
how can we beat City? Corner again, LA.
Corner. Yep.
That's the only way we beat you. I don't see us going toe to toe. We're going to park the bus and we're going to scam our way through if we can.
You only need a point, ideally. City, the one who have to win.
No. We don't need a point. We need a win to stamp authority. And say,
I get that.
Yeah, and this is what champions do. And this is what Thierry Henry was saying. Yeah. He said, go to the Etihad, and turn up and bring that fire. He goes, I heard Mikel talking about fire this and fire that, and I'm ready and this and that, guys. Yeah, he goes, and he was tapping his finger on the table in the CBS studio. He goes, go to the Etihad. Yeah, and bring that fire. He goes, I'll bring it for you if I have to. Yeah, TT's got the ump with him, bro. Yeah, and Jamie Carragher was saying to him about, but what makes you, why are you so skeptical? And he goes, well, I've seen this against Mansfield. I've seen this against Bournemouth. Yeah, I've seen this tonight against Sporting. Seen it against Leverkusen. Let's not forget we didn't beat Leverkusen away. Yeah, and then he's sitting in the press conference going, oh, well, we're the only English team left in Champions League. Yeah, cool. Give Man City fucking Leverkusen and Sporting, mate. They would have walloped him. They give Liverpool that, they would have walloped him.
We got beat at home.
Yeah, but that's group stage.
We made 10
changes. That was when
madness,
he did. He made 10 changes, yeah.
By the way, Lee, Martin's Spanish is getting really good now.
Well, what can you say now? Yeah. What can you say now, Martin? Tell us. Go on, learn in Spanish with Martin.
Go dos
Mañana.
Steak and chicken.
Uno, dos, tres.
Don't shake your
Hey, is that how many goals you're going to score against us?
I've actually gone for 3-1. When actually.
Do you know what? Everyone asks me, whenever I'm doing my lives, I always do the press conference reaction to translate bullshit into English. Yeah, because he just he's like I swear he's got like a little microchip in his ear. Like, and they're telling him what to say. So they had asked the question, and then somebody's quickly chat GPT'd how to make it sound sexy in a reply. Yeah, and he dressed it all up, and he, wow, that sounded amazing. But he never said nothing. So annoying. At least Pep comes out, and Pep does it to a certain degree, but at least Pep comes out and just says, no, that ain't good enough. I can count on one hand and still have fingers left how many times this manager's come out and took accountability in 6 years.
Well, I want to ask you, how does City beat Arsenal?
I'm going to go bathroom real quick, lads.
Yeah, no, Governor, how does City beat Arsenal?
I think as we played him in the final, because I don't think Arteta's got a plan B. That's it.
So you're basically saying don't press them, let them come on you.
Don't press them, nah.
Pause.
They've run out of ideas. Arteta hasn't got a plan B. Just play the same game.
Pat,
I can't see where they can change.
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't be surprised even if we may see a little bit of quote unquote dark arts from Arsenal. They might try and be a bit more physical with us. Maybe try and get under our skin. I would not be surprised if maybe a few players on their side are trying to force our players into some rash challenges. Maybe even try and go for a red card because I feel like they're maybe their best chance is trying to get us down to 10 men basically. So I think we just got to be focused, be composed, be disciplined, and the opportunities will come to us. I think. I really do.
If he comes to play for a point, that is shocking. He should be coming to our ground and going for the win, all out. I can't. If he goes for it, try and play for a draw, that's shocking. Now they're not going to win it if he does that.
Rich,
I think we do what we've done the last 3 games. We play the same team. We go out. We attack, and I think we play our game. We focus on us. We focus on winning. We get Cherky on the ball. We get Doku and Semenyo isolated against their fullbacks, and go for it.
As you said, Martin, Arteta has to take the handbrake off, and he won't.
Pat, Pat, will you stop copying me?
Sorry,
Stop copying me.
that's been my score prediction for what before we played Chelsea.
No, but me and you are copying each other now on these score predictions.
Martin, can I just say that score? I put up that score 5 days ago. So if anyone's copying anyone, you're all copying me because I put.
Oh, you gone 3-1 as well, Rich?
Yeah, 5 days ago.
Ed, what are you saying?
I'm torn between 2-0 and 3-0.
Well, choose one.
3-0.
2-0 Arsenal.
No, come on. All right, when's the last time Arsenal scored 2 goals in a game?
Hello.
From open play.
Yeah.
Well, Donnarumma shit on crosses, apparently.
3-0. I think, Martin, is that the first time we've had 2 sets of twins on the show? With Pat and Dan and Bevo and Lee.
Bevo and Lee. Well, a lot of people gone 3-0. 3-0. Stick with the winning system. I think City 1-0. It's going to be a stink fest. You owe me money, mate. You owe me money. The Super City betted with me a long time ago that Arsenal would be double figures clear of Manchester City. He's been getting tips off Alan. Governor spot on. If we press them high up and park the bus, they may get us on the break. Champs find a way. I trust City to do their job and go for it. Feels similar when we faced Real Madrid. People thought they are at their best. That's why I'm saying a little bit of caution. But the one thing I will say, I will double down on what I said last night. I'm not nervous about Sunday.
No.
Because I don't think Sunday's... I think it's... Again, City have still got tough games to come. Bournemouth away is not a gimme. Bournemouth away is no gimme. I remember going to Burnley, by the way, when we were going head-to-head with Liverpool. And remember, it took a very late Aguero goal rolling across the line to get a 1-0 win. Because I remember hiding in my car.
But that's because they had Chris Wood. They were so good.
Yeah.
Oh, pig saw for you, Chris Wood obsession.
He was just holding up our whole team single-handedly.
Listen, why don't you tell the ladies and gents in the audience what background game that is? Because you said he's a City legend. You absolute fraud.
I said no. You see, you don't listen, Martin. I said it was a legendary game, not he's a City legend. A legendary game.
Yeah.
Anyone who calls Frank Lampard a City legend is a fraud.
No, but him scoring against Chelsea was a legendary moment. It was funny.
Just quickly, I think we've got super chats. You want to go Bevos first? Seeing as you've been on the
you do, mate. You do.
Well, you've been on the Duolingo, Martin.
You've
So
got to do
you
the
go.
Spanish.
Yeah,
you've got to do the Spanish.
No,
Do you know what's mad? That says that's in the bin, yeah. But if you say that to a Spaniard, they won't have a clue what you're saying. Yeah, the way to say it is "Betty a la mierda y de puta." Yeah, and that's a nasty way of saying it. Yeah, they'll understand that. But if you say that, like basura's bin. Yeah, and it's funny. It's funny you actually mentioned that. Big up Bevo, yeah. I was on the beach the other week with my missus, right? And there was a young lad there, 19, 20 years old, with his mum, his dad, and his sister. They were just packing up to go, and he had an Atleti shirt on. And I said, "Would you take Arteta at Arsenal?" He was like, "Yeah, I really, yeah, really good manager." And I went, "What, 6 years with no trophy?" His mum and dad started laughing. I said, "What, you'll take that at your club?" He went, "Simeone's gone 5. I said, "Bro, he's won 2 league titles, 2 Europa Leagues. He's won multiple trophies in Spain, like Supercopas. Yeah, he's in the Copa del Rey final." He goes, "Oh, no, he's really good. He's really good." That was the first week of April. Yeah, it was 1st or 2nd of April. Yeah, and then he said to me, yeah, she was pissing herself. Yeah, she knows nothing about football. Yeah, and then he goes to me, "But now it's April. This is where he bottles it." Then nobody rates him out here, mate. I swear, every single Spaniard I speak to that knows football or supports a football team, or I see him with a shirt on, I go, "Oh, Mikel Arteta, I support Arsenal, blah, 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 blah." Nah, no good. No good. They don't rate him. I was walking around Betty's club shop, yeah, on the Conference League final. I was in with their ultras. Yeah, what a bunch of legends they are, by the way. They got knocked out tonight. But anyway, yeah. And I was walking around their club shop, and they were saying we'd rather keep Pellegrini. Yeah, nobody wants him. Nobody rates him. All of this hype about this manager is online. That's it.
Well, this is an Arsenal fan, and there's other Arsenal fans that are saying Arteta would go, any big club would take Arteta.
Tell him, Todd, brother. Tell him, bro.
Yeah, big everyone up, City win, get this clown out.
There was only one. Yeah, it was just me, Martin, going against the grain. Now there's fucking hundreds of thousands.
Well,
of us.
Arsenal 1994 says any big club would go, so no, City wouldn't.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Well, how comes no club's gone for him then? Because Monaco have changed their manager. PSG have changed their manager. Yeah, Juve have changed their manager. AC Milan have changed their manager. Real Madrid have changed their manager. Yeah, Liverpool have changed their manager. Chelsea have changed their manager. You go to Sporting, Bayern, Benfica. You go to any country around the world and pick the biggest three teams in that country. Only Atleti and Man City ain't changed manager.
Yeah, Lee, I think he needs the league.
And he's not on City's list. He's not on City's list for a Pep replacement, by the way.
And not only that, you could do that just from 2023 when he bottled that league, because that's what put him on the map. Yeah, so you could just go in the last 3 years. Why has nobody wanted him then? Did you imagine him in Milan?
I think he needs the Premier League on his CV before he
he
can
needs
go
to leave.
anywhere.
That's what he needs.
Man, I'll just read that today out super chat as well.
Says that's me done.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, just big up Arteta out. Why can't I send a gift? That's because your allocation's been exhausted, mate.
Yeah, you've got a limit on allocation.
Yeah. Mum and Dad have put a fucking block in the card.
No, YouTube do it. Yeah, no, we don't seriously. Arteta out. YouTube have a limit. I think it's £200-300 a day, 24 hours.
So this is why we need a second. This is why we need a second channel, Martin.
It's a bit like these gambling things where they put a block on your network now after yeah, you Google, everyone's doing it now. They're putting blocks on, so you can't just go wild. But we do appreciate it.
Set a second account up, Arteta, right? You can go for that one with a different card.
But Lee, let me ask you a question, right?
Maldives is getting closer. Maldives is getting closer.
I know Timber is looking like he's likely out. Would you want Ben White or Maresca to be the right back against us?
Oh, Mascara.
I thought you said, I was going to say Maresca.
Yeah, he said Maresca.
Mascara.
See, that's another one.
Mascara. I thought you looked a bit different.
I watched Mascara at Valencia, and I told everyone he's rapid, but he's mad rash. Yeah, and then he came in at Anfield in the third game of the season, played all right, played really well, to be fair. Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, what you saying? You said he's rash, he's rubbish. Did anyone watch him the other day? Yeah, I don't want any of them at right back because Timber ain't fit, Ben White ain't fit. We needed to give Ben White knee surgery from August last year to December. And he kept playing him because he's waiting for Timber to come back. Yeah, and then as soon as Timber comes back, he goes and gets knee surgery, and he's been shit ever since. Yeah, bro, we got a guy in the youth academy called Marley Salmon. Go and get him at right back, bro. Put him at right back for the game. Yeah, put him at right back. I'm not even taking the piss. Yeah, like if I had to pick one and they're fully fit, Timber walks straight into that team.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best right backs in the world, but. He ain't fit to play, bro. He ain't been fit for purpose for weeks.
Bloody hell.
We played him at left back. He was shit, and he ain't recovered ever since. Now he's injured.
Sorry, I'm going to put the predictions up for Sunday in a minute. Because I just want to. Ozzy's just come in with an absolute wild prediction, which I didn't think would have happened. But hey ho, each to your own. But these are, when I can find it, I think it is. Why is StreamYard playing up so much?
Can I just ask?
I just seen his prediction. I was like, yeah, those meds he's on at the hospital must be really good.
This is for Summit in the future. Like, do you think we're going to have a problem down the track with transfers, with what's happening in the world? Because looks like they've just pulled out of Live Golf. All the funding's going from Live Golf. They're pulling back on that, Saudi Arabia. So I wonder if that will affect us down the track.
I don't think just Governor. I don't think just us. I think Europe's got 6 weeks jet fuel left, right? So Australia's probably got about 6 days. They just haven't told us yet. So I think the world's going to be in recession. I think it will affect sponsorship money. It will affect spending money. It'll affect the money fans have to go to games. So I think it will affect not just semi-state-owned clubs, I think it'll affect the whole of football. I mean, it can't not. I don't. At the moment, they're not having to pump loads of money into City. It's relatively, it's self-sustaining. So I don't think that's an issue as such. I think where it'll be an issue is when I don't know that it'll affect City in terms of transfers. I think it'll affect the market overall, though. I'm sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think City are so well run, and you've got so many good players coming through your academy, and when you sell some of these players that we've never heard of as rival fans, then it's like, well, City have got an add-on that player. Now they've sold him for them. It's like, you're so good at doing that. So you'll always be sustainable. Yeah, the 115, because I know everyone's been waffling about that for years, but I don't think they're going to do shit. Yeah, I hope you bust case on that. Yeah, because that would be a big fuck you to everyone. The Premier League ain't relegating your team, bro. Let's just be real with it. They ain't relegating Chelsea. That's 2 of the big 6. Well, their product's done. Yeah, and this is somebody said to me yesterday. He's a Man United fan, old boy in his 80s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, I was sat in the bar, and he goes, "Oh, what team do you support?" I said, "Arsenal." He went, "Oh, you'll win the league this year." I said, "Are you all right, mate?" He was like, "No, you win the league." I said, "Who do you support?" He said, "Man U." He goes, "Fuck Man City though. They're 115. They're the most corrupt this or corrupt that." I said, "Mate, you support Man United." Yeah, I said, and do you know what the maddest thing is? Yeah, went in the summer, and this flips it back to what you were just saying about the transfers and all that. Yeah, right. Look at some of the shit Fergie was doing back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Don't because it gets that is so stuck. I've never seen there is so much. There's so much magical voodoo shit goes on about Ferguson's signings. Like he bought everyone for a couple of million. He was.
And look how many he got with duds. Million. Look how many were duds. Yeah, because he got so many good ones. Everyone forgets the duds.
Based on inflationary figures, Veron is still inside the top 10 or 20 most expensive signings in English football.
Yeah, but this comes back to what you guys were saying about with the Saudis pulling out their money and all of that. Yeah,
be careful, Lee. The Arsenal fans are upset with you because you're.
Oh, they're always upset with me, mate. They're so emotional. It's crazy. It ain't my fault the manager they got sexually attracted to can't win the trophy. It ain't my fault, is it? I'm just a guy in a chair talking to a camera. Like, ain't my fault, mate. But I don't think Man City will be affected by that. I don't think Arsenal will be affected. I don't think Tottenham buying. I don't think Real Madrid. Barca have been lying for years that they're skint. They got loads of money. Yeah, they got loads of money. They've been blagging it for years, Barcelona. They're skint. They ain't skint. Lewandowski's on 650 grand.
Big up Arteta out. He's found a way. He's now going.
I think what will happen is, some of these deals are going to pull out. Yeah, and they are going to. Yeah, but we're sponsored by Dubai. So when everyone talks about Man City, they're owned by a whole state. So are Arsenal, mate. It's the Emirates Stadium. We've got Fly Emirates on our t-shirts, and it's the fucking Sober Reality Stadium.
I say this, and I get told it's only a sponsorship, and I'm like, well, Etihad is.
Yeah.
Etihad is exactly the same as Emirates.
Yeah.
I don't get where there's separation into it. Yeah. And the thing is, Lee, and you'll know this, people going about oil, we'll go and have a look at Kroenke's profile and how he made a lot of his money.
Yeah.
But do you know what makes me laugh as well, right? See, when people talk about Man City, and this is why people need to educate themselves on football. Arsenal were called the Royal Bank of England club. Yeah. And this is why Tottenham partly don't like us. Yeah, it's because we basically got our way back in the league back in the day. We got our way back in the league. Yeah, because we were the Bank of England club and we got the votes to get us back in the league after we got relegated. And that was way back, yeah. Right. It's like we were the club that were going out doing
original brown envelopes, yeah.
Proper. Yeah. Allegedly. We have to say allegedly. We don't want Martin's channel cancelled after his
I don't reckon any. Yeah, no one's
I'm all right. I'm retiring after tonight, like.
Yeah, no one's coming back from 1930 to Suez. I think we're all right.
Well, I don't know. Maybe a great granddaughter might.
No, and Rich, you mentioned this, and we all have. If you start going about getting rid of titles and getting rid of stripping, people don't actually realize 115 or 130 or whatever name they want to come up with goes back 12 years, 30, 15 years ago. It's not even the
2009,
last
I think it is.
3,
Yeah.
4 years of Pep. It goes back from 2010, 11.
2008.
So you know the troubles you've got, Lee?
2008.
The rules that you have in place now are not the rules that they've been changed about 3 times since. So
am I lying when I say it? Sorry
how
to cut
far
over you,
back
Martin,
do we
yeah,
go?
One of the things charges here, I can't remember because I remember everyone doing streams about it when it first landed. There's one of them that the grass was too high and the away changing room was too small.
They took a charge. They took a charge from the wrong year's rules, and they said it was rule 109. And they
about the long grass in the drug room.
Did they measure every blade of grass?
But they just took the wrong year's rules, and they said they.
It was nothing to do with
your club are smart. Yeah, you got great ownership here. That Khaldoon is a bad boy. Yeah, every time I hear him speak, it's just excellence. He wants class. Yeah, when I hear my club speak, it's all about TikTok videos and who can get the next influencer on pitch side with fucking in the Frimpongini, Carpool Coney and all that crap. What's a load of rubbish? Yeah, it's not even called Coney anymore. It's Sober Reality Stadium.
Do you know what makes me laugh? Like, and we saw this with Liverpool and United. They all slag off this state-owned oil club, and they don't even understand the state-owned because we're not even state-owned. But the simple fact of this is, Man United fans were going wild over Sheikh Jism. And we're going crazy over it, and they were loving it, and they were all in. Liverpool, when they were doing the Qatari backing, we're having parties over it. And as any club,
Usman off with Arsenal, the Russian billionaire.
Yeah, any club in the Premier League who gets that chance are taking it.
Oh, I'm taking it. I couldn't give 2 flying fucks. I want to win everything. But this is the thing, where then people come out and they talk about human rights and all that, whilst tweeting off an iPhone. Find out where the batteries come from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nike. Yeah, Nike, another one, yeah. Right. Nike's head office is in Bolivia, I think. Yeah, and they have Nike International and Nike, I think it's Bolivia. Bolivia is like 1% tax. So everything goes through Nike International, and allegedly. I don't want to get cancelled. Right. And then at the end of the year, they invoice Nike International for all of the money, so they only pay 1% tax. Yeah, Amazon, like, bro, I could go on.
Yeah, but Lee, you don't hear anything about Standard Charter at Liverpool and the back goings.
Bro, let's be real. Anyone who's a billionaire in the world,
a dodgy as fuck.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a good billionaire.
By being a nice guy, you become a billionaire by being dodgy and stamping on people's heads.
Do you know what?
Ruthless. Yeah, ruthless.
I have finally realised the Premier League strategy when they lose the 115 case. I finally realised the one time you can drop that with no one noticing. They wait until England are playing Germany in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. The whole country is topless out in the July sunshine, singing Three Lions, going beer in the air, and then they're going to drop it then because the whole country will be.
They've been trying to do this for about 3 years,
how they're going to win the World Cup.
It's like they're deliberately putting it off, but your ownership, are elite. Yeah, you have the best lawyers in the world. Yeah, the Premier League can't compete. You've already done them on a UEFA one. Yeah, you've done UEFA. Yeah, so what? The Premier League think they're going to come for you as well. Yeah,
but they're going about time barred.
Ruthless as yours at times.
Lee, they're going about time barred. We did a show on this, a video.
Yeah, some of it's statute barred, isn't it?
Some of it was, but they actually had the chief exec from Etisalat, the chief exec from Etihad, was one of them. Paul Hogan or Summit Hogan was one of the chief execs.
What Crocodile Dundee was?
Yeah, no, it was they basically. So what they're saying is they've gone into a court of arbitration of sport and perjured themselves. The other thing that no one's looked at, Deloitte, anyone knows who Deloitte is?
Yeah, Deloitte and Taj.
Knows they are one of the biggest, if not the biggest, bookkeeping people.
PwC as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stefan Bordson said this perfectly. If City go
He's good,
down,
he is. He's good. He's on TalkSport.
But if City go down, Lee, a lot of big people go with it because Deloitte will go. All this will go because what they're saying is because you're going to have to say Deloitte was in it because Deloitte have cleared all these books for the 10 years. The Premier League bookkeepers have cleared all these books.
Is Richard Masters still the top lawyer or is he gone? I think he went.
No, Masters still there.
Was he still there?
Yeah.
Hey, when that all comes out, and it comes out that you ain't done nothing wrong, you've just done clever accounting, which is what I was saying to the old boy yesterday.
We're doing a 24-hour stream.
He'll be gone.
Oh yeah, I said to this old boy yesterday, I said they've done clever accounting. Yeah, I said, if you run a company,
KPMG, thank you, baby. KPMG.
yeah, I said they're massive. Yeah, I said
Can
to
you
this
say
old boy,
one
I said,
thing,
if you
though?
run a company, yeah, you're going to try and find ways to get as much money off your tax bill as you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
So Man City are just doing clever accounting. Yeah,
Exploiting
if they've done
loopholes,
something
grey
wrong,
zones,
then yeah,
you know,
cool.
grey zones,
Relegate
like-
them all the way out
yeah.
the fucking leagues if they've done something wrong. I'd say the same about my club. Yeah. But I don't think you've done anything wrong. You've just found clever little loopholes in their stupid system. A bit like Todd Bowley when he went to Chelsea. Yeah, all of a sudden, 8-year contracts. Yeah, they stopped that one straight away.
And they sold hotels. They sold the women's team.
Sold hotels, sold them to himself, to their other companies.
By the way,
It's
I'll
clever
settle out
accounting.
again. $20. Thank you so much.
Lee,
Oh, yeah, I should have fucking stayed live for an extra 3 hours. I would have been minted by now.
Lee,
Big up.
I just don't wanna-
Yeah,
I
there's
just
one
don't
thing that
wanna
has
play-
to be.
Big up,
Yeah.
mate. You're a legend.
One thing that has to be said, though, people talk about time barred. They specifically said in the report from
over.
CAS, they specifically said in the CAS report that these were time barred, but we have seen no evidence to suggest that there
Ignore
was
this
a
guy.
transgression.
I don't know who he is.
So, yeah.
No, it's true. Yeah, and this is the thing. Yeah, you have the best lawyers in the world, mate. Yeah, look how much money your ownership are worth.
They
Yeah,
don't
you're
know
telling me
Lord
they ain't got
Panic.
top lawyers.
They
Yeah,
don't
the
know
Premier
who
League
Lord
is
Panic
shit in the bed over that.
The
Which is
Premier
why
League-
it's taken 3 years, and that was supposed to come out. The announcement was supposed to come out a couple of Novembers ago or something. Then they put it back to first international break in the next year, 25 February. Then it was supposed to be March. Then it was end of the season. Then it was November, and we still ain't got it in 2026 yet.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're trying to
news
find a
outlets
way
bring it up
to
every-
finesse it
Yeah.
into how can we bury this if we just make it long it out and take as long as we can. They want to forget about it. That's what they're trying to do because the Premier
but
League.
Lee, you know
Go on,
why?
mate.
You know why this is? This is. It's because I think the whole charges we're not really the Premier League. I think certain clubs, under Daniel Levy's alleged guidance, were pushing the Premier League to punish City. They were, the Premier League was being pushed by a number
So are we.
of 3,
So are
4,
Wolves,
5.
so
Yeah,
are Burnley, so is everyone.
a lot of clubs pushing the Premier League. So they kind of had this problem where if they didn't act, they were going to get, half the clubs were going to probably want Masters sacked. And if they did act, they might lose. So I think they went and they put as many charges as possible just to try and reputationally harm City, whether they were going to win or lose. And hopefully they've find something. If you go and look for things, but they're probably writing up a 3,000-page report, which is going to have 5,000 people reading through, trying to find one sentence where a mistake's made so a lawyer can go and take action. So they've probably set themselves an impossible task. And the Premier League's the Premier League's probably going to end up spending 30-40 million pounds on their lawyers. So they're not going to be bad lawyers. They're going to have spent an absolute, Arsenal.
Well, you've got the best, KC in England.
Yeah,
Lord Panic. Yeah,
but
panic. That's what the Premier League are doing. They're panicking.
Yep.
The Premier League will have, the third best or the second best, and they're gonna. You'll probably get a bill at Arsenal for £2 million to pay the legal bills for your share. We'll get a bloody bill for £2 million for paying the Premier League's bill against us. But it's just nuts.
No, it's crazy.
I
But
just
this is the thing. When you're
I
at the
just don't
top,
wanna play
people want to
Spurs
go
for
for you, bro.
Championship.
Yeah. Because we said the same thing to our mates on the Newcastle channels as well. They said, as soon as they lifted that Carabao Cup, it said, watch your back, mate, because they're going to start coming for you.
Yeah. Bro, I live in Spain. I live in southern Spain, yeah? I don't see any Arsenal shirts here other than tourists here and there, right? I see Spanish kids walking around with Rodri Man City shirts on. Yeah, like, why? Oh, because it's Spanish and it's Man City. I see PSG shirts everywhere. I can go to JD Sports in Marbella, right, in La Cañada shopping centre. I cannot find an Arsenal shirt there. I'll get a Man City one, though. Yeah, same in Barcelona when I went to see Northside. Yeah, same in Madrid when we went to Madrid, for his birthday. Yeah, go in any sports shop around here, you can't find an Arsenal shirt, bro. So I've been here 7 years. I've seen one shop sell an Arsenal shirt, and that was 2 years ago. They don't sell them anymore. But you can go and get
Is there any Madrid shirts with Rodri on it yet?
Not yet, but they're talking about it. They are talking about it. Yeah, there's a lad who runs a bar down the road. He's a Madrid fan. Yeah, and he said, "Yeah, we're going to get Rodri." I said, "You ain't getting Rodri, bro." I said, "Calm yourself." He's like, "No, we're going to get Rodri." I said, "His name's Esteban." Funny enough, proper Spanish name. Yeah, I said, Esteban, you're deluded, bruv. I said, you sound like these top gooners on the internet. He's like, no, we're going to get... I said, you're one of these top fucking Madristas, bruv. Calm yourself. Yeah, I said, yeah, how about sack Papa Perez, bruv? He ain't going to win nothing this season. How about get rid of him? Yeah, but they will, because they got standards for their club. Yeah, the heads will roll this season at that club. Yeah, heads ain't rolling at my club if we don't win nothing. It'll be, oh, well, yeah, and I've already seen the narrative swung, yeah, in the last couple of weeks. Oh, well, the media are trying to derail our season by trying to cause a divide with the fans. Yeah, that's what they'll say. Don't matter about Saka. Nobody's calling for Saka to come back. Nobody's calling for Odegaard to come back. Nobody's calling for Timber to come back. Yeah, it's the media are trying to destable our season and cause a divide within the fan base. How about he just ain't good enough, mate? How about that?
Going back to the team, Lee, do you think at the end of the season, do you think you're going to be in a transitional year next year? There's going to be quite a few players going, because we will be in transition next year as well.
Yeah, no, yeah. But the thing is with you, yeah, most of your players are not crocked. Like you have some that have got big injuries and had big injuries. Yeah, Ake, one of them. I've always rated Ake. I wanted him at Arsenal. Yeah. When I see him in that cup final lineup, I was like, he's done. Yeah, I was like, they've got two fullbacks. Nah, he's done. He's been held at gunpoint for 5 years at your club. Yeah, he's wanted to leave for Barca for time. He'll end up at Barca in the summer. Yeah, good luck to him. Listen, we had
to pay him 300 grand a week to keep him.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable. Yeah, but we did this with Trossard. It was cheaper to keep her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would just double your wages rather than go and buy a proper left winger. Yeah, so we put him from 90 to 180. How are you on 180, bro? And you look like Robbie
How
Williams,
many players do you think will move on? How many players do you think will move on?
I think Mosquera will go. I think we'll loan him. Yeah, I think Kepa will go. Yeah, I think Skelly will go.
What's with Wanyeri, though? Why is Wanyeri at Marseille?
Because this manager don't like him, bro. Yeah, and again, this comes back to academies, yeah? He picks it up about, oh, guys, I'm promoting all these youth academy players. Cool. Really? Name one that you've promoted that's actually been balling out for us, mate, because Saka was there before you got it. Yeah, you got rid of Smith Rowe. He got rid of Reece Nelson. Yeah. Fair enough, they were there before he got here, but he ain't progressed them. Max Dowman's already going backwards and sideways. Yeah, after 2 months, 3 months. Max Dowman's our best player, bro. He's 16. Yeah, he ain't progressed anyone. Skelly's not even getting a game. Yeah, Salmon can't get a game. All of our fullbacks are injured and he can't get a game. Why? He's a right back. Play him. Yeah, he played the other day. Yeah, this is how dumb this manager is. Yeah, his plan B was to throw Gabby Magalhaes up front, put Declan at centre back, put Eze in the 6 and Jesus in the 8. Yeah, to go and get a goal or 2 goals that we needed against Bournemouth. Yeah, Declan Rice, yeah, is walking over slowly. You know how he does. Walking over, not looking at the ball, flicks his hair, plays with his shin pads and his socks. Yeah, while we're all trying to line up for the corner. He'll spin the ball around, we'll turn around again. As soon as he puts his arm up, now you know he's going to take the corner. 40 fucking seconds. Yeah, and that was at 1-1. As soon as we went 2-1 down at the weekend, he's jogging over. Oh, I need to take the corner quick. You were doing that at 1-1, mate. We need a goal. That is an instruction of this manager. Everything comes back to this manager. Yeah, everything. These players, yeah, I swear, if you sat them in a room on their own, yeah, one by one, individually, like when you do an appraisal at work, right, and you sit them down and you say, right, tell me what your thoughts are. Yeah, and they knew it weren't ever getting out to public. I guarantee most of that squad can't stand this manager. Yeah, but because they're getting paid so much money, they shut their mouth. Yeah, they've all doubled and trebled. Declan was on 60 grand a week at West Ham. He's on 240 at Arsenal. Why? It's around the corner, mate. You're playing for Arsenal now. Why are we giving you fucking 4 times your money? Calafiori is a better one. Forget Calafiori 10 times his wages, by the way. From 12 grand to 120. Yeah, I'll give you the best one. Kivior. 2,000 euros a week. Yeah, we put him on 58 grand a week and paid 24 million for him, and now he's on loan at Porto. Yeah, and he played for Spezia. We had to be Spezia's to sign him on that much money. Who's buying him? Fabio Vieira. I called him out in his debut. Yeah, our fans were sitting there going, "Oh, nice 20-minute cameo from Fabio Vieira off the bench against Manchester United." Really? He gave the ball to Bruno Fernandes, mate, who gave it to Rashford and equalised. What the fuck are you talking about? I said, get him gone, send him back to Porto. He then goes back to Porto. They didn't want him, and now he's at Hamburg on loan. It's jarring. Like, it's so annoying. And the thing is, here, people who just sit there and go, oh, he's just doing it for clicks. Bro, if I was the tippity top gooner on the internet, I'd have 1 million subs because I know my club inside out and I've been everywhere. Yeah. And I'm mad passionate about my club, but it's this season, man.
So what's your score prediction for Sunday like?
I need to see the starting 11, but for the purposes of the stream,
we're the same.
So you don't have to give a score, just say win, lose, or draw.
2-1 City. But I need to see the starting 11. No, I need to see the starting 11. If I see a starting 11 with Noni Madueke in it, mate, we're done. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, if I see 29 in that starting 11 in midfield, yeah, because it worked so well, yeah, in the cup final. He did it again against Southampton. Oh, and then it worked so well against them too. He thought, oh, I know. Yeah, I'll do it against Bournemouth as well. When's 29 ever worked in midfield? This guy never learns, bro. Yeah, it's like George Graham in 89, yeah, ripped up, yeah. We were bottling that title in 89. We were like 8 points clear or something stupid, yeah. Right, 7, whatever it was. Yeah, we were bottling it, and Liverpool were catching us up, hence why it went last day, yeah. Right, but in that running, yeah, he went 3 at the back. He had Bold, Adams, and fucking O'Leary 3 at the back. He mixed it up. Is this manager capable of doing that with 6 games to go? No. Yeah, he sat in a press conference the other night or the other day and said, no, guys, yeah, we have got here based off of what we are doing. We continue how we are doing. That tells you he ain't changing nothing. It's full of shit. I can't stand him.
I'll set it out back again with the 10. Big up, mate.
Do it only, you know what I mean? I hope he keeps a consistent side, but Pep can do that. We always wait for that team to come out.
I'll go through that.
Your manager wins. Yeah, so it's like, I know you get rattled with it because you're like, why the fuck's he starting again? Why is he playing? Yeah, but it's like your manager actually gets over the line.
Or if he mixes up lineups, he's had way more hits than misses. Yeah, and he's had way more hits than misses when he's mixed that up.
Yeah, I know he's like going mad at times and scratching his head and like doing stupidness, putting like, why are you playing Bernardo at left back at the Emirates and like this and that? Like, I get some of that stuff, yeah. But at least he's trying something and it works.
Yeah.
Our manager just goes with the same rubbish he done the week before. Declan Rice, I've said this before, right? I've said this for months. Declan Rice and/or Bukayo Saka ain't going to the World Cup. One of them two, if not both, ain't making the World Cup. And if they do, yeah, they're getting injured in that World Cup and we ain't seeing them next season. Yeah, Saka's done. I've been saying for 4 years, Bukayo Saka will be finished by 25.
That's the same with Foden. Yeah. I hope Foden doesn't go and he has a good break, good holiday. Yeah, needs it.
Yeah, go somewhere nice, go somewhere warm, go and chill with your family, your kids, and all this and that. Come back fresh next season and go. Yeah, but I'm Spanish anyway. I'm Lee Gonzalez. I'm not Lee Gunner anymore. So Spain are pissing me.
Well, we're going to end it there. Can I just say, Lee, thank you so much for the time you've spent.
No, thanks for having me on, man.
Today? You going live again tonight?
No. I'm going backstage with Matty. We're going to watch some proper football. We're going to do a roundup of the last 2 or 3 weeks of football we've missed.
Well, if you want any of us on over, do it after the game, or I'll jump on, mate, or anyone will jump on if you want us.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, we can.
We'll have a chat. But big up to everyone. Listen, Lee, you know where Lee is. I'm one of the most. Listen, he may be decisive to a lot of Arsenal fans, but he's honest.
You mean divisive?
Divisive.
Yeah, divisive.
What's in that coffee cup? What's in that coffee cup, lads?
See what we've got to deal with here, man.
He's honest. And that's
all thing, Martin. I couldn't give a shit.
Exactly. Do you know what it is? People, we had this debate on your show. People don't like older fans.
That's because we're not down with the young uns and we're not trendy enough.
Yeah, I get it. You know, Rich is a fellow wonk. He's in his 60s. Bless up.
Cheeky sod.
Thank you, mate. Mate, I love that. When you come on, it's like David Attenborough with the wildlife.
Here we have Bernardo Silva.
I'm outside again.
At the Emirates.
Yeah, big up Pat and big up Ed, legends as well. Dan Potts, Football 12 Man, another keeps it real. Tomorrow, don't forget, 2 p.m. Me, Tone, Big Steve will be live from 2 p.m. Talking about it as well. We'll be talking transfers, everything going on within the City world. This is going to take you straight over to Lee Judges and Dan Potts. So big up. Put Mankway Raid in the chat so they know you're coming over. Smash was like, listen, guys, you've been legends tonight. I want to thank every single, not just the panel, but the audience. You are legends, each and every one of you.
Facts.
Your chat's really cool, man. Your chat's sound. Your chat's proper cool.
Yeah. Sometimes
when I go on shows, it's just full of idiots in the chat. Your chat's really calm.
Listen, Pierce and Arteta out. You're welcome every show, guys. Every single no, you guys are
retired by the summer, mate.
Salem, listen, Stephen,
I hope he's not singing.
Luke,
Yeah, I hope Arteta not singing for his supper tonight, mate. Really.
Bevo, Robertinho, everyone. Pierce, who's formidable, who's also become a mod tonight. So big up to him. You guys have been legends all the way through the show. Lynette, Cade, who's renewed, anyone, and just people in the chat. You're legends. Please spread it around. We'll be back with a post match. We're back tomorrow. Post match will be Sunday. Win, lose, or draw, we don't hide. We'll pick up Paul. As always, up the Blues.
Come on, boys.
Good.
Get it done.